MITSO. I read one is hitting onto your Genesis 32X and pictures with him. Thanks to Sega's he's working new Sega Saturn title. How did he get into this side of the artwork and a 360 perspective? The superlative Sega Saturn port of the arcade classic is selling in 1-to-1 rate with the hardware itself. C is about with our in-depth look at this. I is lifelike and fluid. The play is brutally the speed will slam you into the next rink. Betchy F asterisk BHSJ Ga CD Sistine slash invest V $4 Shadow Squadrat Zoxen's Mother Base 2000 Sega CD Road Rash Pool NHL All-Star Hockey less than WW Sports Pie book. Whether you slam the ball into the net or over it, Saga's got a Genesis cart loaded up with pros for you. And a hockey cart starring the great do himself. Actor Championship Tennis GT NBA Action 9S starring David Robinson 92 RBI Baseball 95 S NFL Quarterback Club should you want it and who making games for it. Page 8 %. All Stars Power Shopping. _. Saturn. JJ W. 1 + 2 = Rush V our Sega. Quarterbackle Sega's Knuckles, Chaotix Genesis to the less than Dream. You've already got the coolest i system ever, right? Step up to the I-bit video gaming now. Take the NEXT universe of 3.2x Sega's Metalhead, the only 3.2-bit upgrade for the Sega Genesis system. It's Doom by Sega. It's real arcade quality. Rebuild your system gaming without having to from scratch. Faster action, eye-hammering graphics. VFLHFCVH, and an endless stream of what are you waiting for? Make the connection. The hottest new games, as only Sega can bring them, and if 3X can do this for your Sega Genesis, imagine what it could mean for your Sega CD. Mortal Kombat full by Acclaim 8 sound exciting. Then get out there and add it up for yourself. O_L_9AHSH. Robotic cops are about to bring pulse-pounding AC-1, ultra-cool visual effects, and outrageous humor to your 32X. Ratchet and Bolt are crime-fighting rookie robots, employed by the city's police department in the year 2101. It's a whole new high-tech world, and these two police department newcomers must defend their city, or become scrap metal. The action in Ratchet and Bait is fast and wild. The game's bursting with enemies, criminals chase scenes, and explosive gameplay for 1 and 2 players. Both Ratchet and Bolt have 33 different weapons at their disposal. They wield up to 3 at a time, for a gasket-blowing total of 1,300 plus mix and match configurations for each character. You asked for more weapons. You got them, and you'll need them. All the bosses in Ratchet and Bolt are gigantic. We're talking Super Among Us. The final boss is reportedly a whopping 36 screens big, most likely the largest boss in video game history. There's a first time F-Zero ever notice that in H, every Sega Vision's TV6 PVIIIICI contest, the instruct asterisks contain a crummy little legal clause that says something like, contest open to all residents of US except Sega employees and their families. Well, guess what? We had our very own contest here at Sega for Sega families only. The Ghostwriter contest, Ghostwriter, the great children's TV show that airs every weekday afternoon and weekends on PBS stations, was held for Sega kids ages less than = 5 through 15 years old. The kids were asked to write a paragraph describing the coolest Ghostwriter actor. We are super proud of all our kids, and especially proud of the winning entry. Here's what 9-year-old 4th grader Antoinette Chavez had Carrot to say about her favorite ghostwriter character. Jamin Jamal has a personality that attracts people's attention. His jumping attitude toward each case makes you feel like you're right there working on the case with the whole ghostwriter team. Solving a case brings out the best in Jamal. Each time I watch the show, I see a new talent of Miz. He is a good athlete and a great dancer. He is usually one step ahead of the team, and when the team starts brainstorming a case, he just puts all the clues together and gets things out of them that make me stop and wonder, how did he do that? Jamal is a good friend to all of the ghostwriter team. He knows what he wants, and he puts 100% into everything he does. That's why I think he is the coolest ghostwriter. New Horizons. As we reported in our coverage of the 199A Sega One Seal of Quality I third-party awards, go the winner of the Best Adventure/RPG, as title is Koei's New Horizons, Uncharted Equal Waters 2. And for 2-Carat Batchy, we showed us a screen of that game's predecessor, Equal Uncharted Waters, CT by mistake. So without further ado, here's a look at the victorious game. Check it out. Publisher Chris Garsk, Associate Publisher Steve Ackrick, Supreme Editor of Space and Time Kurt Etchish, Exp.Contiv Editor John Sauer, Managing Editor Debbie Gravitz, Senior Editor Rick Ramo, Assistant Editor Kit Visui, Dorkler at Creative Services Francis Mao, Arl Director Jeanette Harms, Sealer Designer Teresa Hill, Designer Carrie Perez, Designer Socially Charmaine Kanui, Production Manager Patricia Ferguson, Assistant Production Manager Shelley Reimer, Production Coordinator Laura Watt, at Production Coordinator Courtney O'Connell, Director at Manufacturing Fran Fox, Kathy Through, Jill McWilliams, Manufacturing Specialist, Manufacturing Coordinator Lynn Louisa, Dealional Design Michael Cavish, Official Sega Visions Chris Usu, Ilks Lake Sahajachi, Matt Dunbar, Tingumli, Clint Dyer, John Gamer, John Rillin, Shinai Monaka, Chris E. Creamer, Craig Ostrangit, Sarah Richmond, Kelly Flynn, Joy Schneer, France Tantiato, Nima V, Michelle Villa, Lisa Best Wilson, Jaime A. Swell Guy, Wojciech Lil Bench, Jim Cooper, Steve Goodale, Todd Gray, Jeff Gregg, Brian Paul, Tony Smith, Christina Watson Tree, fine folks of Consumer Services, special thanks Lo. N.Ini Anneler Apor, L.CLNE/IATA, Kim Bartish, Kern Bradford, Jim Bruno, Larry Buchanan, Sandy Costagnola, Tina Clavin, Wendy Davis, Margie Franz, Laureen Goebel, Roger Hector, Tom Keegan, Mike Larson, John Manahan, Willie Manchio, Mike Myshide, Lauren Miley, ZNCH Monroe, Steve Payne, Dan Poling, Wallace Poulcher, Nee Greater Than CLI Ulido, Eric Lewikenbish, I. Rick Hollins, Scott Uode, Daria Sanchez, Emma Soccolano, Justine Stemican, Terry Tang, Tony Van, Lori Vierden, Dave Yang, Ron 7. For advertising inquiries, please call 415-349-4300. Play tips and codes 415-591-7529. Play. J.vai, Roy Ilichis, Irable Shooting 800 You say Sega._ye._ in Priacheng questions 800-379-5437 Kids. Where Jamal Alex, Len Latina, Gabby Hector, and Casey, you know the team, solve mysteries. It's literally a blast, but you don't have to take our word for it, just watch it. Tune into Ghostwriter on your local PBS channel. Thanks to -2, Elville/Fu, and the ... and to others who helped pay for Ghostwriter. Public television viewers, the Pew Charitable Trusts, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Arthur Vining Davis Foundations, the Nike Just Do It Fund, the National Endowment for Children's Educational Television, and Children's Television Work. Shop. Ghostwriter /JLJJPT and tilde are trademarks and service marks of CW, 1995 Children's Television, Workshop CTW. ******. IMIL Skr. Head FO-turn S of optic ray. The Sega 3 32-bit sensors, 16.7 million colors, Dayton quick texture mapping, connoisseur class surround sound, and amazing first-person perspectives immerse you in worlds of entertainment you've never experienced. Sega Saturn is like nothing else on Earth. Sega Saturn. Delivers M6 video game system, Evercarat ONT, Hecarat i710 ending months of speculation, the most powerful, technologically advanced video game system ever created has arrived. The powerhouse Sega Saturn delivers state-of-the-art, 3D modeled graphics, dynamic perspective with constantly changing points of view, true 3D audio, and phenomenal gameplay speed surpassing that of an ordinary multimedia PC, and challenging even a high-end workstation. With the much-anticipated arrival of Sega Saturn, in the United States, comes a completely new definition of video gaming, transporting players into a previously unrealized realm of interactive entertainment. A sensation in Japan no one could have guessed the fervor Sega Saturn would create in Japan. The official launch was preceded by rumors of its remarkable technical capabilities. Its reception in Japan was unprecedented. Upon its official release, on November 21, 1994, the revolutionary Sega Saturn became one of the most sought-after products in the country. On a single day, 200,000 that's 200,000 Sega Saturn units sold as Japanese gamers clamored to get their hands on the ultimate gaming system. Sega's arcade credentials, coupled with the Japanese disinter, the very best in technology, drove the demand to record numbers. Even running at full capacity, Sega's manufacturing department simply couldn't keep up with the Sega Saturn frenzy. At one video store, where Sega Saturn was sold, no less than 500 people had lined up for blocks before the store even opened. Hundreds of thousands of Sega Saturn units were sold in the first few months, outselling the competition by more than 30%. By year-end, Sega Saturn sales in Japan are expected to exceed the 2.5 million mark. The tremendous success of Sega Saturn in Japan has escalated into a worldwide event, with developers from Japan, the United States, and Europe charging to create hit titles for the beginning of a new era in video games. A comparison with 32X. To understand the differences between Sega Saturn and 32X, let's start with the similarities. If you're an avid, cutting-edge Sega Visions reader, you already know that both the 32X and Sega Saturn are revolutionary devices designed to bring explosive, 32-bit gameplay to your home. Additionally, you'll notice that both the 32X and Sega Saturn use the Hitachi SH2 RISC processor. So what exactly does this mean? Well, it means that with both the 32X and Sega Saturn you get fast processing, high color definition, improved polygon graphics technology, constantly changing 3D perspective, enhanced scaling and rotation, and the CD quality audio that gamers have come to expect from arcade machines. In other words, they are the most advanced home system technology on the market. But the Sega Saturn also gives you much, much more. The difference is the 32X enhances gameplay on your Genesis, but the Sega Saturn is a standalone system. Its architecture is modular, with a host of specialized subsystems. Think of it as having multiple specialized engines, launching the same rocket. It's powered by a total of 8 processors, 3 of which are 32-bit RISC processors, the same architecture used in Sega's exclusive Titan arcade system, paving the way for swift, easy translations of megabit arcade games to the Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn also has a ton of memory, more than 4 megabytes of RAM. To the gamer, Sega Saturn's super processing speed, power, and memory translate into incredible 3D worlds, more complex levels, CD quality sound, more elaborate game perspectives, and tons more. Powerhouse processing. By far Sega Saturn's most distinguishing feature is its massive parallel processing, the same state-of-the-art technology found in supercomputers. Whereas other game systems assign all computing tasks to a single central processor, small personal computers do this. Massive parallel processing enables the Sega Saturn to divide computing tasks like reading game code and handling graphics and sound into pieces that are then assigned to powerful specialized processors. These 8 processors work independently, allowing the machine to handle multiple tasks simultaneously and at blazing speed. Players all too familiar with the now loading message will love Sega Saturn's ability to buffer data and perform multiple operations at once. Both audio and game data can be downloaded, accessed, and processed simultaneously so that there's no delay in gameplay. As a matter of fact, the hottest Sega Saturn games will run at 60 frames per second all the time. By the way, that's the same speed at which your television runs. Audio and game data can be downloaded, accessed, and processed simultaneously so that there's no delay in gameplay. A sound experience. Sound plays an enormous role in an interactive experience. So when it came to designing and building Sega Saturn's sound processor, Sega turned to the most respected experts in the field. Yamaha electronic keyboards, pianos, stereo equipment, synthesizers. Yeah, that Yamaha. This potent system not only reads the CD-ROM, but also creates and manipulates sound data by using 16 channels, combined with a digital mixer. Best of all, it has the capability for 3D audio, resulting in realistic sound that will blow your ears off. With Xsound, the sound literally comes at you from 360 degrees. Imagine a MiG-29 roaring right over you in your next flight sim game. Sega Saturn's sound specs include 2 CPU interfaces, 32 voices, built-in sound effects, and FM and PCM synthesis. It uses a Motorola Right Bracket 6-bit 68EC000 processor and Yamaha digital signal processor. Incidentally, the 16-bit 68EC000 processor is a close relative of the Genesis's main processor. Only in the Sega Saturn, it's used exclusively for sound. To put this in perspective, the least powerful chip in the Sega Saturn sound system is more powerful than the chip that runs the entire Genesis. Got that? Sega Saturn also boasts built-in DMA for file transfer, the 16-channel mixer previously mentioned, and a 128-step digital signal processor or programmable DSP. Additionally, Sega Saturn supports the musical instrument digital interface MIDI. To the sound creators, MIDI means it's possible to hook up a keyboard during sound development to experiment in real time while creating music sequences or sound effects. If you're not a technoid, we'll sum it up for you. Bar none, Saturn's sound system is superior. The Sega Saturn advantage. What Sega Saturn's processing capabilities mean to game developers is yet another story. Often game companies tout their hardware system's capabilities, which are important in understanding the potential quality of the game experience, but equally important are the advantages that the hardware architecture offers the game creators. Sega Saturn gives developers unlimited reign. Take the VDP2 chip, for example. This specialized chip enables programmers to generate up to 5 simultaneous backgrounds and rotate 2 playfields at the same time. The chip also makes Sega Saturn the only machine that supports 16.7 million colors on active video. Displays. These photorealistic graphical allowances give developers the tools needed to construct more realism in each and every frame. After all, play quality can be realized only by the quality of the games delivered. While massive parallel processing and digital signal processors challenge the programmers to learn some new tricks, the end result is infinite power to create games with much more authentic action. By far, Sega Saturn's parallel orchestrated processing broadens the programming capabilities for the system, enabling software developers to create a true multimedia experience with each game. See Let the Games Begin on the facing page for a peek at some of the prominent companies creating killer titles for the Sega Saturn. Infinite possibilities. Besides its superior gameplay features, Sega Saturn has an architecture that allows for expansion. Possible additions include multimedia extras, like a video CD, via an optional MPEG adapter, photocopy electronic books, audio CD, and digital karaoke. There are also at least 5 ports, which give Sega's product development people access to the bus signals, should they have any super expansion ideas in the future. Maybe something networking related, who knows? Let's just say that they've been known to have some awesome tricks up their sleeves. Sega Saturn's Titan technology brings arcade games home faster than ever. Okay, we could be unusually obnoxious here and say Sega Saturn's awesome because it's from Sega period. Or perhaps we could be unbelievably brassy and remind you that no other gaming system comes with the credentials Sega Saturn does. We could even reiterate that the Hot Titan arcade games in the works from Sega of Japan's M2 Group will be coming to Saturn. But all that would be pointless, cause the odds are, if you've bought a Sega product before, you're familiar with Sega's superior gameplay expertise. As a matter of fact, if you've lived anywhere on this planet, you know who you are. You're already aware that Sega is renowned worldwide for making the best arcade machines ever. So your confidence in the Sega name is completely justified. We just wanted to point that out. No matter how cheeky we get, the fact remains that buying a Sega Saturn means buying into a proven hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, coin up factory hardware specifications. 8 IT processors, 2 Hitachi 28.6 MHz, so MIPS SH232-bit RISC processors, Hitachi SH1 32-bit RISC processor VDP1, 32-bit video display processor VDP, 2 32-bit video display processor Saturn control unit SCU, Motorola 68EC000 sound processor, Yamaha FH1 DSP, sound processor memory 2 MB 16 megabits, RAM 1.54 MB 12 megabits, video RAM. 540 KB 4 megabits, audio RAM 540 KB 4 megabits, CD-ROM cache 32 KB non-volatile RAM battery backup, audio 22.6 MHz Yamaha FH1, 24-bit digital signal processor, 11.3 MHz Motorola 68EC000 sound processor, 32 PCM pulse code modulation, channels 8 FM channels, 144.1 kHz sampling rate video VDP1, 32-bit video display processor Sprite, Poly GON, and Geometry Engine. Dual 256 kb frame buffers for rotation and scaling effects, texture mapping, Gouraud shading, 512 kb cache for textures, VDP, 232-bit background and scroll plane video display processor, background engine, 5 simultaneous scrolling backgrounds, 2 simultaneous rotating playfields, 200,000 texture mapped polygons per second, 500,000 flat shaded polygons per second, 60 frames of animation per second. 24-bit true color graphics, 16.7 million. Available colors 320 by 224, 640 by 224, and 720 by 576 resolution. Storage, double speed CD-ROM, 320 KB per second. Transfer speed, audio CD compatible, CD plus G, compatible CD plus EG, compatible CD single 8cm CD, compatible video CD, photocked electronic books, digital karaoke optional, 512 KB memory cartridges for game. Save optional, input/output, high-speed serial communications port, internal 32-bit expansion port, internal multi-AV port, for video CD MPEG, adapter, composite video/stereo standard, NTSC-RF optional, S-video compatible optional, RGB compatible optional, HDTV compatible optional, analog control pad. 1J/KKLIN/L. Customize your Sega Saturn system with some cool peripherals. Arcade Racer. If you like vehicle sim games, you'll love the Arcade Racer. It's the controller that puts you behind the wheel, and it gives you the most realistic control because it's analog. Whereas digital controllers rely on values assigned to on/off switches like light switches, they react in steps. Analog controllers respond in a smoother arc like dimmer switches. You're in the driver's seat with super, oh so sensitive control. It's perfect for Time Warner Interrock 5's VR Virtua Racing, or Sega's Iona USA 6-player. Have friends, want more? 6-player, the ultimate multiplayer adapter, allows up to 6 buddies or rivals, 1-2 buddies/rivals, if you use 2 adapters, to play in the same game. Team up NHL All-Star Hockey, and a 6-player you'll have friends lore for rivals galore. Backup Sega Saturn, backs up sports fans on this one. Backup's a rock hard with a whopping 512 kilobytes of storage. That's enough to handle everything from your best scores on Pebble Beach golf links to your stats on Grand Slam baseball. By the way, you don't have to be a sports fan to take advantage. Backup. Just think how many SimCity 2000 games you can keep. You could save the world. Control pad. All gamers have a favorite control. This one is likely to be yours. Vertical bar. Saturn's control pad puts you charged with 8 buttons. That's 6 action buttons and 2 FT left and right buttons. Plus it's economically correct. You get the advantage at your fingertips with easy 8-button play for all your killer combo moves. What Sega select team of people worked for an entire 2 years exclusively to make certain Sega Saturn was launched with the world's best hardware and software. Sega's Elite Away Team. That's who. The 27-member Away Team comprises Sega employees from every aspect of hardware engineering, product development, and marketing. They devoted countless hours, resources, and brain cells into launching Sega Saturn. Their sole mission was to ensure that Sega Saturn's hardware and design met the precise needs of both the US and Japanese markets. In conjunction with developing titles for the launch in the States, the Away Team was responsible for bringing the first wave of premium games from Japanese third-party developers. Thanks to the global efforts of the away team, killer titles like Virtua Fighter, Daytona USA, NHL All-Star Hockey, and Panzer Dragoon 8 all primed and ready to show off Sega Saturn's awesome power. See our reviews of these awesome titles to get the full picture. Let the games begin. More than 100 third-party publishers and developers are creating software for the Sega Saturn. More than 20 titles will be available at launch with an additional library of 100 games by Christmas this year from both Sega and third-party developers. Some of the many outstanding publishers developing for the Sega Saturn are Absolute Acclaim, Accolade Activision, American Laser Games, American Softworks, Capcom Cabs, Crystal Dynamics, Data East, Digital Pictures Domark, Electronic Arts Gamcheck, GT Interactive Interplay, JVC, Maxis Microprose, Namco Papyrus, Philips Ready Soft, Rocket Science Sierra, Online Strategic Sim. Iulations, Sunsoft Taito, Takara Tecmo, Time Warner Interactive, T-Vertical Bartus, Ubisoft, Universal Interactive Studios, IUS Gold, Viacom, and Virgin Interactive, just to name a few. Namek.cint0sl plus R asterisk LK caret T asterisk outview or tally new P-bust person shooters is about to caret V. NOHINGBEFOREE, VARP to a ta style intro, EGLP aired NCOM PR #WR, is a technological SCTLC asterisk ampersand PMM. Shooter per into another world thouster PS to less than hurls von FAs for SF close in luspective to Pimskl the best titles, tin repaired to Panzer Drive var, touching TKL, and pure exhilarating asterisk, greater than, from Sega for the Egasalog and Pentium 90s seem tip of put your hands on this to. Duoi Gaming. PRLS greater than ... ale to take Tuthzern. Even been nearly destroyed Bitin Kamaling population, has Beutv and Imperials, has discovered and is gone now, of the same terrifying and friendly mankind. The Imperials are her own bioweaponry. The sparse ray asterisk, in two tribes. A Warlow tribe, the N ancient Do, filled WH of vassal armaments that almost annihilate, under the Swiv 1RM. Make you wish that you caret S on, and if this Moasi ever, why, evil dark DW, the whore, P2 caret I member, of the Woed Dragon to stop him. Skies years ago greater than less than, S of the past, will be hunts and your wit OOSSVA greater than T asterisk QC, M. C caret Hooten unten game and Veet. YOURBI greater than OTSPEE less than H. Mil your strategic U, long terra, to asterisk ratch slash U banks on FFLSPEAAVAA5J slash OUETOACH Angtheracane off damming. See Uisans mail I vertical bar 9. Sega Saturn delivers fighting sensation. There are games, and then there are major events in the history of video gaming. Sega's Virtua Fighter is destined to go on the books as a Sonic-size splash. In Japan, gamers lined up for hours for a chance at a pre-release version in the video game stores. There were news reports, photos, and even CNN coverage of buyers queued up for blocks in the streets the night before it went on sale. Incredibly, Sega of Japan has sold as many copies of Virtua Fighter as it has Sega Saturn units. Never before has any title sold one-to-one with the system on which it's played. Soon this phenomenon is coming to our shores. Get in line early, folks. This one is reason enough to get your Sega Saturn. The Sega Saturn version of Virtua Fighter I in Japan is a blockbuster because of its near match in look, feel, and most important, play to the famous coin-op unit. This is due largely to Sega's decision to have its M2 crew, the original developers of the coin-op, take charge of the conversion. The resulting game has all the zoom dynamic perspective, 700 moves from the arcade, and MR and D-Dep.2 pounds actor balance of the arcade title, and it's faster. Pounding polygon rating action makes Virtua Fighter a winner. Everybody's got an attitude. Looking at all the beautiful screenshots should whet your appetite for this coming to America fighting title, but it's important to note that however good they look, these static shots don't do justice to the game's fluid motion and lifelike action. The characters' on-screen movements give true life to the battles. Seeing and playing Virtua Fighter quickly makes you aware that all your fighters have distinct personalities. For instance, Akira evokes strength and solid power, Pai comes across as nimble and quick, and Cage is the trickster in the lineup. Plenty I caret asterisk 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 1GLTNG combos galore. Big replay value. Gamers who've mastered the arcade version get tons of fresh replay value from a new options menu with 4 difficulty levels, handicapping on the life bars, increase or decrease in the number of matches to win, and 5 choices of time limit. Beat the game including the bonus stage against Droll and gain a new ranking mode in which you are scored on speed, rounds to win, and other tangibles. Tomorrow is here. True arcade gaming is coming to your own TV. You will never again sacrifice quarters to the slot to get Virtua Fighter's compulsive action. Pound for pound, drop for drop, camera angle for camera angle. This is the arcade game flu. RRFBMHRFI caret IJ caret right bracket UFM Lato kick. Tap down / toward diagonal, then press defend and kick simultaneously. Get the attention of Sarah's enemy with the triple punch with hing somersault kick. Just tap punch, punch, away / up diagonal, and kick. Close lining your opponent has made easier. Ask Wolf to do it by tapping toward, and punch. Snap heads back with Akira's double jumping kick. Tap toward, and kick together, then press kick. Cage comes in fast and unlegs his opponent by doing his forward roll with spin kick. Do a yoga flame style motion, a half circle, away down, and toward and press. Kick left really pulls the hit points with his power bomb. Get in close and tap toward, then press defend punch, and ALM with Jeffrey's double undercut by kick simultaneously. Tapping down / toward diagonal, punch, and punch again. Landing knees first on a fallen opponent is a Pai specialty. When your enemy is down toward the count, tap up and punch 3. The Sega Saturn comes alive with this splendid translation of the arcade blockbuster. Taki causes serious damage with his Northern Light Bomb. Get in close and tap punch and defend simultaneously. Lau bombs his opponent with a somersault kick when you tap away / up diagonal twice. Theo kick. Hard landings are Lau's forte. Do the water wheel drop by tapping away and punch while close. To heck with slam dancing. Check out Jackie's jumping close line by tapping toward, then toward and punch simultaneously. S asterisk EVG tilde A of BRP caret MCUT PACI Cyrillic taste asterisk 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 on Sega Saturn J caret asterisk caret 3 Saint Hets asterisk lore CSMN angles Han asterisk IC award Albert does W Tsgi Bat YOS hockey IF Enjoy Varia S caret fantastic game screen ADT asterisk T less than 1 coming issues caret P asterisk M Q. What 5 players have done 50 and 50 with acing.e NNHW asterisk K Puz Nuia vertical bar / Y TF caret EJQ U caret E slash V backslash Asagam Wapuapiat Nifl backslash J. Sega Saturn takes you to a place, seen only night toys. Think the world grinds to a halt while you're asleep. Think again, bucko. Your inanimate household objects awaken, and your toys face off in life and death battles. If you don't believe us, check out Toy Quirk Night from Sega for the Sega Saturn. This incredible action/adventure shows the technology of gaming's future, with a vast 3D world called Toyland that's created of things you'd find in your own home. The power of the Sega Saturn shows you life from the toy level. You go eye to eye with everything from electric trains to children's books, fully 3D rendered and scrolling in ways you've never seen before. Wouldn't you like to be a Pepper too? Guiding the mechanical Knight Pepper in his quest to save a clockwork fairy princess named Chelsea, you side-scroll through a wildly colorful, rendered polygon land. There's one thing more important than the way a game looks, and that's the way it plays. From vast 3D bosses to your search for hidden areas, this game smokes. There's never been a play experience like this one. Teenage horror. I caret asterisk M concealed SVM, 1 less than, if asterisk, if look T don't fight this boss in the A areas, like the one above. Reach it by moving a spring, up to walls and bouncing high. MS, this perky perfume bottle is your hostess, in the roulette game. She also serenades you in the terrific lounge act, ending M asterisk Chelsea's been nabbed. Save her before daylight or the rest of Toyland will never wake again. You can almost smell the asphaltson of this come-up block oost of SNMC asterisk of new options. Reach for the WHEL caret past the opposition at over 200 mph. Sega Saturn brings the nation's biggest arcade racing thrill home. Thesis Thenisker style ride of a lifetime, and RE-TS-D gas guts Angelo arcade smash hit races home on Sega Saturn *EHTEW SSO ENS of GA of all time. It also SF8 WI and crafted by. New game choices. Yes Yak, S asterisk P original come up in those game monsters, over S egg SA hardware eternal development so's equal, console version of DY, ND software upgrades that Aglo USA, to give you both incredible polygo P die. Tilde UPP WP asterisk FFX equal S and Brain ITAGF Namberg Dining PPVML0N of relishes. Even more, K S ITA Future comes home today. Saturn Reload TWM Vaughn. Get not only the arcade mode, choose from 3 pedal to the metal, from the coin-op version HUT, also race circuits, or take it the other way Saturn mode, with a bundle of options, and race their mirror images. The advanced course puts you on a slightly hairier track in the Grand Canyon. The expert course is on the seaside and has more hairpin turns than a Formula One circuit, T less than you. There have been rumors about the slot machine area of the beginner track, all of them unfounded. You know the drill, but we'll give it to you anyway. Jen Feppersons, start your engines grin. Real World Link, Box I *MJ. It magical pickups and ancestral egg spells unleash chaotic fury. Tilde, and heart to vanquish the warlock's evil master. Part strategy, part action. Warlock conjures an unbeatable spell. I until HE1 as AILL.UCL, Minoyam, based on the hit Mov KIVK *W, left bracket he wants in. Imil. Conlil S Isui Usi Pus TL JNFLB _K ***. Avoid the winged dragons NIKY bored of just playing roles. Warlock Hype. Delivers. Carat I action. Key. Stotin. Mayu TFHE Genesis. Batman Forever. The video game September 95. MKQs V, carat IJB asterisk BTJ3L, KSKS asterisk asterisk, Backmock, EYLZZ asterisk MMFS title W asterisk, Sotil FPISOSMOO asterisk, .wine Lodi elect. Prepare for the final battle. A KMM backslash MAWRLLSSPTHL asterisk carat T asterisk, 1 vertical bar ITIML. Welcome to the Carat Forget the Strike. Sega Sports Grand Slam Baseball for Sega Saturn is a major league hit. This revolutionary title puts video sports in a whole new light with 3D players, 360 stadium views, crystal clear digitized voice, and scaling that gives the game visual drift. Play is harder hitching and much faster. You can PS carat RDINATE your outfield, throw to base, and tag RUNNE carat KMJGJS time. Then it takes the pros, so can your OPPONE carat E carat J carat KING on the cake. Incredibly short load times. Your SEGMPJ carat ICCESSES is speed and graphics powerhouse, faster THM % Ivic B Lofton Steel. Pride of the Alum Grandmum Baseball is the Babe Russell hefty in graphics, options and digicade, all the power and speed you need flow-packed game. You can slam it out flow pennant race, pit two teams agarflow hone your slugging skills, in a home carat want to test yourself, against the best straight off, load up an all-star game. As for coaching, Grand Slam Baseball presents enough team edit choices to satisfy any control freak. The remarkably fluid camera pans follow the ball from behind home plate to deep in the outfield, and back-tottered midges are equally impressive. Just watch the batters FOIAIMORT carat MLKDLWIRROVE and scale with him. Factor in a high E and vertical bar K, 3 vertical bar carat vertical bar NRAFMFE front end, and spectacular play-by-play speech, and got slam Raselmo will have sports garnets drooling. Carat F asterisk U backslash LLR dollar carat JJJJJS lot team won the first World Series. Licensed by Accolade. Inc. Accolade is an official licensee of Breflohel Analysen. I. If carat SL. Your Simkelis and Tele.L asterisk S. Irlamarxel Sega of America Inc. 1995 Sega. Merdifovsatits carat JP hat looks like a robotic chicken, moves like lightning, and packs more firepower than a Sherman tank on steroids. You as the pilot of a slick intruder vehicle in Dedalus, the working type of a smokin' new shooter by Sega of Japan. This hot first-person Sega Saturn title pits you against Dedalus, the mother brain controlling the solar system. The game features a full-motion video introduction that equals anything we've seen in a science fiction movie. And the sounds are Sega Saturn standard, in other words, it's excellent. Dedalus is more than 30 levels big and filled with truly lethal robotic sentries, each armed with enough firepower to flatten your shields. Your game, play loaded with first-person blasting, you will love Dedalus. If your intruder vehicle is a sci-fi analogy of a thunder chicken, then Dedalus is the equivalent of cyber hell. Each floor is successively darker and more dangerous. Most of the action takes place in the rooms, which gives you a little chance to get ready. But enemies can sneak up while you're moving down corridors as well, so no place is really safe. Things get even more difficult in the dark levels, where you battle by the indeterminate glow of emergency lights. Score an enemy, and you usually get something in return, be it more ammo, a gate key, generator recharges, or weapon power-ups. While the game may undergo a last-minute name change, the intense gameplay is ready to roll. We'll keep you posted as to the final name and release date. Everything you need is on screen. The map in the upper left corner I, especially helpful in determining touch that dial. There's nothing right bracket wrong with your TV. You've just taken I-10EA, meet us. It doesn't look a little like L, vertical bar chicken, with lasers and Vulcan vertical bar cannon, for wings. The red areas of any given floor are active and will bring down your /shield strength in a big hurry. BWTTF 11MFIL 111 Life difficulty. OTS I'm dropping hooks. I'm sweeping 1RWN. The paint I'm dreading the needly FR0EH into /II4 rebreaker Merui. Less than T caret dot you cool call that defense. FF VR2J. Wish you VUI. Go story mention JTJ Street Paz Gas IO Koi just shut up and jam. Double clutches. LET with Sir Charles himself. Enough talk, greater than T25 ways it's the Duffers Delight H. Duel 2 I saw, must caret CHD caret ears a video golf game that in many ways surpasses the real thing. Thanks to the Sega Saturn's triple 32-bit RJSC processing power, Sega's Pebble Beach Golf Links gives you sound and 360 3D graphics so sophisticated you'll have a hard time believing you're not on the fairway. You also get a host of benefits not offered by any real course, not to mention any other video sim. Lightning fast disk access that makes a game go much faster than real time. The crisp digitized voice of Pebble Beach legend Craig Stadier offering pointers and enough options that you can hone your technique without leaving the couch. Learn the finer points of stance, club selection, and overall strategy with Pebble Beach, and you'll blow them away on the course. Put VAR money where VAR mouth is. The truly confident gamer can dive right into a high-stakes skins game without benefit of instruction or course overview. You can retain a subservient caddy if you wish. Mere mortals would do well to take a few practice rounds with computer-aided aim. Finesse your address, wind adjustments, stroke power, and club knowledge. When you are ready to test yourself, try your hand at stroke play, tournament play, or the Pebble Beach Open itself. In addition to the coaching value, Pebble Beach delivers graphics and sound like you've never seen on any other piece of hardware. Trees, bunkers, and creeks are almost as vivid as if you were on the course. Throw in digitized voice and live action cinematics, and you've got the most convincing golf sim around. Item, sure ANDQIS via P green talk, a hole with a sharply angled F. The tee shot on a par 4 or par S */V. LH7UUTAILHALIUL 5L _ right WIIHI 111. Welcome to Sega Channel, the all-day, all-night video game channel. It's up to 50 games a month pumped into your humble abode. Get secret codes, insider tips, and test drives of the newest games around. Play what you want, when you want, for as long as you want, for one low monthly price. Call your cable company or 402-573*3637. About time, don't you think? _3TTL. Phantasmal Fighting Upper Natural Combat enters a nightmarish new dimension on the Sega Saturn with Sega of Japan's Van Battle. As greater than ingly detailed 3D characters, creepy fluid animation, and views that zoom in and out of the action add up to one of the most freakishly beautiful fighting titles ever. The Carrot Battlers range from horror classics like Medusa and Frankenstein's monster to some bizarre originals. Hearthorn, he carries his severed head at his side when he is flinging it at enemies. Chili and Pepper are fiery-haired twins practically joined at the hip. They use each other as weapons, but they don't rap. The locales are as eerie as the characters. You clash in settings like the floating islands, in which fighters can impale each other on landmasses suspended in the sky, and the palm, in which combatants struggle on platforms of giant stone hands. With special moves as fast, gory, and wild as the artwork is otherworldly, Van Battle is an absorbing Sega Saturn experience. Vitroy Outflazries, Sucker. Up against the arcade machine. Or Zeta, Sega Saturn. When you play Varia Cop on the Sega Saturn, we are betting you won't be able to tell the difference. The take-home version of Tortua Cop features the complete arcade game, plus game / modes you won't find * anywhere else but on the Sega Saturn. Virtua Cop is set up for use with a control pad or a new light gun, which is reportedly under development. The game moves through one of 3 scenarios, filled with ups and downs, moving vehicles, and explosions galore. You have an option in crime busting. 1 shot simply wounds the bad guys, taking them out of action. 2 shots do them in. If you haven't experienced the lock-on targeting, true-to-life action, dizzying camera angles, and rapid-fire fun of Varia Cop, you haven't felt the power of Sega-style Virtua gaming. Look for Varia Cop on Sega Saturns everywhere soon. Less than *N. Rock on. Uli Hawk Boss. Count on the 4 wild spirits to back the super hit defeat the fire spirit. _B_UMUBJ *ILI #I***RHIJ *ILI Umflishmfini Lihui G. His Bled side-scrolling adventure games are undergoing a revolution, and a style from Sega of Japan for the Sega Saturn gives you a taste of things to come. With vivid anime-style art, scads of glorious color, and scaling that's out of the galaxy, enemies attack from the mid-ground and background, a still could just make adventure gamers very happy, folks. The story deals with a young fellow whose princess is taken by mean and nasty folks. Astol, who has been taken prisoner, escapes into the cold, cruel, and truly bizarre world to save her. Hey, we never said the story was original, but the game kicks anyway. He's assisted along the way by his bird. A little blue guy with a vicious beak. There's some terrific stuff that might be coming to America's Sega Saturn, and this amazing side-scroller is a possible contender greater than 61DDS 1R0J/$*. Some very strange red, strangely cool stuff comes from Japan, especially when new systems are released. We've been playing Gotha by Sega of Japan for the Sega Saturn, and we think this one hits that mark. Gotha is a graphically detailed, high-atmosphere war sim. You select different types of combat ships and send them into a series of big battles against that most dreaded of adversaries, the enemy. One of the cooler features of Gotha is that you carry out combat maneuvers in first-person perspective, ship to ship, then watch the damage in eye. Both overhead and first-person replay modes you choose from a wide variety vertical bar of ships, and more become available as you move forward in combat. With realism always an important feature in sim titles, Gotha is a major step forward in the battle game category. Look for more on Gotha in an upcoming issue of .sit Visions. Enjoy Azas Last year mention of Hidden Souls drew rave reviews on the Sega CD in America and wild crowds in Japan, as you made me mention. It was an adventure into the opulent domain of the hunter, a being who trapped wayward folks in his mystic mansion and turned them into butterflies. The moon is full again, and the hunter is back, this time on the Sega Saturn, in the new Japanese hit Your Ernie Mansion II. This time the mansion is bigger and better, featuring the Sega Saturn graphics and sound quality that is rapidly defining video game standards. Umemi Mansion II promises many new puzzles, a ton of intrigue, and the kind of chills you get when you realize that this nice entity, who sets souls free as butterflies, also pins those butterflies to cardboard as trophies. Vertical bar YR. While there are no announced plans to bring this hot new title to America, you just may see mention of Hidden Souls on Sega Saturn by the end of the year. 5 Pro ****. Looking into picture frames is a good way to find clues. This particular image offers timely advice. The famous Rec Room looks like Splatter Stink Bugs on Sega Saturn. Bug breaks new ground in animated insanity. The animated antics of an egomaniacal insect are about to be unleashed on the general public, thanks to the outrageous power of the new Sega Saturn. Bug, the main character, is a seasoned actor, winner of the coveted Blippi, the interactive entertainment equivalent of an Oscar. Now he's starring in his latest and greatest feature, a major motion interactive game, appropriately titled Bug, in Bus 1 of the first productions from Sega of Americas. Away Team Gamers, challenge the carnivorously creepy Queen Cadavera. A spectacular cast of wacky, computer-rendered, 3D characters, and amazing new play mechanics highlight this 6-act, 18-stage orgy of animated mayhem. Facing off against stink bugs, dung beetles, and all sorts of other antagonistic insects, you have to overcome evil, while hawking out great gobs of lethal bug juice. There's even a stunt bug that you can call in if you get a special power-up. The stunt bug will take damage instead of Bug himself. Weird stuff, with real-time 3D scenarios, lavish landscapes, and groundbreaking play control. Bug gives you a glimpse of the future of platform gaming. Expect it to ship around the time that the Sega Saturn launches. Had you? Why observe laws when you've got an favorite like the club to solve your problem? The catchel, prod, and 6 other weapons will get you pumped up for some serious nipple surfing. Holds Barred motorcycle combat game returns to Genesis. Play Formal Dock. It's one of the neat special effects of the game Rotolocketmarkersr.sm. The clock tower. Notice the base and gear. Mice the wheels. Thev Clock WLS. To be lacking here is while other magazines are raising a big fog over Sega Saturn, Sega Visions is cutting through the clutter to bring you the inside scoop on the hottest games for this powerhouse system. One of the biggest hits is Myst, the recent PC CD International megaseller. Myst on Sega Saturn is everything that made the PC version a hit, and goes it one better with the bonus of a control pad interface and almost no loading time. The graphics are so crisp that you'll swear you are standing on Myst Island. The sounds are indistinguishable from real life, and recorded video segments play with movie quality. The pace is unhurried. You have all the time you need to solve the game. There is no violence, only discovery and a puzzle-packed adventure that takes you through time into the history of this magical place. Myst drops you onto a strange, uninhabited island after you touch a moving image in a book. Myst Island is small and rocky, covered with forest and several buildings. A ship lies at the dock. A spaceship is perched in the heights above a structure. Looks like an observatory. Searches of each structure reveal hidden entrances, strange machines, mind-bending puzzles, and an adventure that will keep you calm for many, many hours. While we are not going to give the whole plot away, we will tell you that the story of Mist Island is the tale of Adras, an inventor of otherworldly books, and his two sons, Sris and Akener. Adras's books feature moving pictures that can transport PLP to different ages, and when someone burns the library on Mist Island, Adras and his sons are each trapped in different books. The books are missing pages, which are scattered throughout the ages of Mist Island. You must find the pages and bring them back to the books to get the clues you need to solve the game. But it's much harder than that. If you're a fan of Myst, you will find the Sega Saturn version friendly, familiar and easy to control. If you are new to this enchanting world, playing Myst is going to make your day. Read the books in the library. Tot have not been destroyed. They contain clues about the ages at Mist Island. Look around the dock. FT secret entrance might present cell. X-Carat-B racing above and beyond the arcade, no question. Virtua Racing was the pinnacle. It was an instant classic in the arcades. It offered racing unlike anything else out there, with polygon-packed speed and style. Now Sega Saturn gamers get their chance to take a major step beyond the original with VR Virtua Racing from Time Warner Interactive. In addition to the full arcade version, you get a Grand Prix mode with 4 more cars, 7 more tracks, 15 competitive teams, and a 10-round World Championship. Practice mode gives you the run of all the autos and tracks so that you can learn all the new turns, gearing ratios, and top ends of each machine. Between the all-new cinematics and the solid commentary lies one terrific game, and that's what Sega Saturn owners can come to expect. Time Warner Interactive was kind enough to let us show you this work in progress. Rumor has it that the programmers have come up with new techniques that make this already fantastic game even better to look at. Look for more info in a coming issue. Magnificent but fun goodies. Tiki gods stand watch over the Amazon Falls track. Nifafkaishnazes, but beware. Their big noses become ROADFFLET asterisk SMACK, a palm tree, and coconuts bound all over the asphalt. They remain where they land until you tag thirst again in later laps. Watch for kangaroos and those darn stiff punks with their long boards. Change your team and machine colors. Go for air to me on some off the tracks. A couple of dem babies fly. Q. How many headsets does Sega's consumer service division go through in an average month? Tyco Power 1 Genesis I Sega 3 Fiestum 10. Select Modern Racer in a modern iCity. Take the sports prototype I through Metropolis at speed. It's a gas. T.E.Gen says that thousands of years ago, a cruel despot ruled China. The country was enveloped in turmoil, and one warlords clashed for control. This Chinese myth is the inspiration for Dark Legends, a brutal, bloody new title from Day to East for the Sega Saturn. You play as any of the one warlords, taking on the others one by one in hand-to-hand, weapon-to-weapon battle, until you confront the sadistic Imperial Throne himself. The structure may sound familiar, but thanks to the Sega Saturn's triple 32-bit power, the gameplay is not. In addition to the standard kicks, punches, and blows, the fighters wield an arsenal of traditional Chinese weapons. Core special moves are at the disposal of each ambition-mad warlord. Fighters' basic moves include 6 unarmed leg and fist attacks. The blood really flies when you throw in a scimitar, machete, or mace. Lure in your opponent asterisk with a feint, block him, then caret knock him off his feet or asterisk knock his feet off with a flurry one of slashes. For a taste of Dark Legends, take a look at these gorgeous screens. The game should be hitting the shelf soon. Expect graphic fighting action, impressive speed, and a touch of humor here and there. It should slake the bloodthirst of any battle maniac. It's 30 seconds till midnight, a heart-stopping moment, before the planet Duet is awash in nuclear devastation. It's Divkin for the Sega Saturn, a rich, complicated action/strategy title. From Day to East, you're a cybernetics information technician for the mining conglomerate Tyran Resources, assigned to install a computer defense system at its corporate base. The entire planet is vulnerable. The original system had to be disabled so that you could upload the new software MJFC, and rival corporations -0FD are quick to pounce. To protect Tyran's mines and your own hide, you must learn the ins and outs of the base, eavesdrop on classified conversations, and coordinate the base's droids, weapons, and databases. The weird, otherworldly 3D-rendered graphics make learning your way around the base a compelling task. Divkin also draws you in with the intricacy of your mission. This is no simple space shoot 'em up. Sniffing out the enemy and deploying your army of droids effectively is only half the battle. You must also allocate scarce resources, navigate the arcane online network, and finish upgrading the defense software quickly. Hardcore military strategists and plain old control freaks should keep their eyes peeled for Divkin 0. WML_I*F vertical bar. Sega Grip, the galaxy's newest superstar, is only on Sega. Crystallizing one of the world's most innovative game companies, looked under the hood of the Sega Saturn, and saw the **Junior future of video games. From the moment you walk through the door, in the gracious, almost stately ivy-covered stone building, in Palo Alto, you sense that this place is different. More electric, more advanced, populated with young and intensely bright designers and technicians. The whole company is built around a common love of gaming and technology. These are the people who genuinely smile as they describe even nuance and innovation they're feverishly packing into their titles. These are people who aren't trying to get a handle on the current trends in video games, but are instead defining them. For the last few years, the industry, the analysts, and the gamers of the world have been keeping a very close eye on Crystal Dynamics, a company that was built on the premise and promise that the best talent William and the best technology would conjure completely new experiences on the next generation of game machines. It's no surprise they decided to devote substantial resources to developing games for the Sega Saturn. Crystal Dynamics has already made its name as a bold and innovative pioneer in the brave new world of next-generation technology. Now it's making games for the most advanced system available, the 3D baseball team. Top row, Mark Burton, David Kirk, and Andy Trapani. Middle toe, Sam Player, Sam Dicker, Richard Anderson, Jeff Kesselman. Bottom row, Cynthia Hamilton, Sil Willis, Mike Perouenza. And half the Solar Eclipse troops, Dogged, Bob Smith, Andy Trapani, Stephen White, and Andrew Woodbury. The Virtua Fighter of baseball games. A Seball reinvent he sports sim, the other half of the Solar Eclipse troops. Clockwise from left, Terry Falls, Dan Brazelton, Eric Lindstrom, and Juan Ruiz. Just when you think that video game designers have pushed the possibilities of recreating baseball on the small screen to the limit, somebody like Sega Sports or Electronic Arts comes along and redefines the video game baseball experience. Now Crystal Dynamics has harnessed the incredible capabilities of the Sega Saturn to create a baseball title that goes beyond anyone's expectations. 3D Baseball takes to the field with teams of fully articulated, texture-mapped polygonal characters, much like the lighters that have astounded everyone in Virtua Fighter. Using advanced motion capture technology, they filmed actual big leaguers in action. Crystal Dynamics has created a cast of highly detailed computer-generated ball players that dash about the diamond with some of the most fluid, realistic animation ever seen in a video game. The design team also created a series of three-dimensional stadiums, all of which can be turned on screen prior to a game. Controllable floating camera angles allow the player to swoop through each stadium and view the action from all over the field. What we realized with the Sega Saturn, says David Kirk, co-producer of the title, is that we had an opportunity to create a fully 3D game. So it's an entirely 3D world, and the player models are articulated, jointed 3D characters. Because of the texture mapping power, we can put very detailed textures on the players and make muscle definition, body shape, wrinkles, shadows, all of the textures you'd see in real life. The other thing we take advantage of is motion capture to get realistic movement from real players. That enables us to give accurate quality of motion. We can make a run, or a swing, or a slide, or a catch look and feel like it's done by a real person, which is very, very hard to do with conventional animation. Using motion capture, we can do in seconds what would take an animator days to render. It's also so detailed and so precise, we can capture personalities of players, the quirks, and the particular little motions they make. We can integrate these into the gameplay. All this, of course, is the icing on the cake, and sports fans, especially those who've been disappointed by the current spate of gorgeous but marginally playable multimedia titles that have been proliferating on PCs, might logically wonder if all this eye candy comes at the expense of actual play value. Fortunately, 3D Baseball delivers. The pitfall to many 3D modeled and motion captured games, says Kirk, is the issue of whether you're watching or playing the game. If you string together a bunch of motion captured sequences, then you're just watching the game. The idea behind our real motion control technology is that it's a mechanism to connect real motions and motion choices directly under player control. You want an immediate response. We've invested a lot into the technology that lets you smoothly blend these motions so that the control is always responsive. One of the things we realize here, says Andy Cherapani, the game's other co-producer, is that gameplay is the most important thing. We are pushing hard to make this the best playing baseball game, as well as the best looking baseball game. We have a lot of gameplay experience here. I myself have played baseball games on every platform, dating back to the 2600, through the Intellivision, through ColecoVision. Our goal here is to make it a great playing game. Superb control and gameplay is being achieved through a number of technological and design innovations. Real motion control is a technique for blending the animated action. Hundreds of individual animation sequences were created for the players, ranging from swings to slides to player quirks like twisting a cap or patching a shoulder. Using proprietary software tools, the designers then created a program that looks at the end of one sequence and the beginning of the next, then fills in the action in between. The result is a game in which you can control your character from second to second, making him swing, run, slide, and jump back up, while the Sega Saturn displays the entire sequence seamlessly and instantaneously. You'll see real-time things happening, says Trapani, not can sequences. You'll see your runner diving back to the base, and you'll see it in multiple camera views. In a true 3D environment like this, you can pretty much do whatever you want with the camera. The game emphasizes all the things you haven't seen in a baseball title. This could be as simple as controlling a head-first or feet-first slide and actually having that impact gameplay, or scaling in on game action you're actually controlling as opposed to a can sequence or trading players and saving the new team. You will also be able to adjust all the stats so you can make the Sega Saturn or your real-life opponent as tough or as easy an adversary as you'd like. 3D Baseball, of course, has all the features that a true vidjock demands from a title. Multiple license, real teams, real players, real stats, full season/partial season, and the manic play-by-play commentary of CHFN sportscaster Van Earl Wright. They'll probably leave out the players' strike, but we can all live without that in Smanis. %/Monty Python meets medieval magic dragons of the square table, twists gamers' brains on Sega Saturn. The inspired lunacy of Monty Python rams its crazed, quirky spam ingesting little head smack into the middle of Arthurian legend in this beautiful, offbeat adventure game. In this world, dragons are benevolent creatures who snack on crystals, while humans are covetous little wretches whose lust for those crystals will plunge the peaceful kingdom into darkness and destruction. Dragons of the Square Table is the first graphical adventure game for Sega Saturn. Players who have taken on these sorts of titles know that they are largely games of wit and inventory management. In other words, you cause an intricate animated adventure to unfold by overcoming puzzles and obstacles. Finding solutions involves conversation, exploration, experimentation, and the creative application of inventory items you find or earn throughout the story. Often, the key to unraveling these puzzles is the ability to think like the game's designer. Since the designer is Terry Jones, the crazed co-founder of Monty Python and director of the cultishly controversial classic, The Life of Brian, you've got your work cut out for you, Chi. You play as Flicker, a young dragon who splits his time between concocting contraptions and training to be a squire. You uncover an insidious plot by the humans, but can't get the other dragons to take you seriously. Thus begins a series of puzzles, predicaments, and misadventures that will strain your brain while tickling your ribs. The game is divided into rooms, hand-painted settings, where Flicker must search for objects and devise ways to overcome obstacles. Each room is multi-layered and three-dimensional, allowing you to sniff out every nook. The interface allows you to cycle through different actions, talk, take use, and so on, so you can control Flicker's interaction with his environment. More than 3,000 frames of animation and 5 hours of recorded voiceovers bring the cast of 40 or so unique characters to life, according to David Shee, the game's producer. Expect to see bizarre and hilarious twists on every adventure convention known to gamer. The catapult arcade sequence, for example, requires you to launch a live cat at shooting range style targets, all suitably done up in a castle facade. If you haven't tried a graphical adventure before, this is an excellent place to start. The gaming experience of Crystal Dynamics, coupled with Terry Jones's offbeat brand of hilarity, will keep you laughing as hard as you're thinking. Seeker Visions, May 1995 R, asterisk asterisk caret B caret caret BMS, a wunged fade vertical bar B caret 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 W asterisk MB. Su asterisk fully loaded shooter, Sega Saturn style solar eclipse delivers dizzying arcade action in space. If you're wondering how the Sega Saturn will handle a frantic, flat-out first-person flight through richly textured canyons, caverns, and even asteroid fields, Solar Eclipse is the title to take out into space. Solar Eclipse plunges players headlong into the deepest reaches of the universe in a 3D shooter that unleashes the awesome power of the Sega Saturn. You play the part of Jake Cross, an experienced space pilot with a checkered past and a lot of brutal battles ahead of him. You and a team of pilots have been sent out to check into a potentially hostile situation on one of the moons of, you guessed it, Saturn. You have to battle your way across 8 planets in your quest to unravel the sinister secret of the grid. In addition to a screamingly fast frame rate, Solar Eclipse features fully texture-mapped backgrounds and more than 40 minutes of spectacular full-motion video sequences starring Claudia Christian of Babylon 5. Much of this video is seamlessly integrated into gameplay as the camera angle switches from your point of view to exterior shots of your ship and tracking shots that go all over space. More than 400 communications sequences enhance the realism of the game, as well as giving you valuable battle hints. Again though, the rich nature of the 3D rendered animation exists as a spectacular second-place feature, overshadowed by the intense depth of gameplay. Above all, this is a shooter. But it's the sort of shooter you could see only on the Sega Saturn. Legend of Kain explores the dark side of adventure gaming. There's no princess to save, no prospect of glory, no hope for peace. The evil you must face lies as much within the tortured depths of your soul as it does in the dark forces that gather in the gloom. And your very survival demands that you feed upon the innocent blood of others. Make no mistake, The Legend of Kate Blood Omen is a very mature, very complex tale of revenge and heroism that forces you to face morally compromising consequences as you set out to battle a greater evil. In every way imaginable, this is not your standard sword and spellbook saga. For one thing, you get killed at the very beginning of the game. You make a Faustian deal with a dark being who returns you to life so that you can exact revenge on your murderers. The downside of the deal, though, is that you've come back as a vampire, and you cannot survive without blood. As a vampire, you can morph yourself, taking on the forms of wolves, bats, or mist. These forms give you different abilities in battle and exploration. There is also an intricate and potent spellcasting system that allows you to store up spells and unleash them at will. The way the story unfolds makes it different from most adventure games on the market. Because of the massive storage space of a CD and the advanced sound capabilities of the Sega Saturn, the designers were able to use actual voiceovers more than 20 hours worth to narrate your progress and add voice and character conversation. Text descriptions will be available as an option, but you can PA with voice only, enhancing the engrossing nature of this dark fable. The story was scripted by Dan Chichester, a comics veteran, who has worked with Marvel and adapted Clive Barker's work. Beyond all the design innovations, spectacular art, 25 minutes of the most dazzling and sinister 3D animation you've seen, including a swooping flight through a mist-shrouded village up to a terrifying, skull-shaped fortress, and intricate storylines, however, is the red meat of this ominous adventure. The combat. This is real blood-drenched, bone-jarring, back-breaking, live by the sword, and die by the fang stuff. Double taps and combos unleash awesome assaults on bloodthirsty enemies. Swords swing, spells crackle in the air, and helms and skulls are cleaved and hacked by massive weapons, wielded by brawny limbs. Fully controllable, on-demand dynamic camera movements keep the battles raging as the point of view shifts. The ultimate objective of the game is to defeat the final evil and rid yourself of the curse of vampirism, says Jim Curry, product manager for the title. But to get there, you have to face an awful lot of combat. This is a dark, dangerous departure from the worlds of adventure that gamers have grown up with. It's a scary journey into a land shrouded in evil and a soul racked with remorse. Big players, big action. Basketball 95 flaunts full court action from a new perspective. How big is your TV screen? Big enough to handle the action of up to 10 players in a basketball game that features sprites almost half the height of your screen. If not, start shopping, because Basketball 95 strains the limits of b-ball gameplay. This game is as close as you can get to actually controlling a game while you watch it on TV. The behind-the-basket perspective gives you a sensational, high-angle view of the action. The instant replay feature lets you move the camera view all around the court, zooming in on the area you want to see the most. The size of the sprites is amazing, by any standard. Either easily twice as large as the sprites most gamers are used to, according to the game's producer, Bill Mitchell. Players scale up and down as they charge the court, remaining clean, crisp, and colorful. This is especially nice since the rotoscope technology provides for real, recognizable images of actual players. The control follows whichever player has the ball, but a special franchise player mode lets you control your favorite play, even after you pass off the ball. Innovative stat graphics and type banners give you the impression that this game is actually being telecast on TV. This feeling is heightened by the voice of CNN commentator Van Earl Wright. The game supports Sega Saturn's 6-player multiplayer tab, so up to 10 players can go 5-on-5. A major license is in negotiation, so watch for more news on this title. Feared and over the edge, can you find true happiness in a heavily armed, extraterrestrial 4x4? Have you seen the grill cam sequences? Asks Jim Curry, the product manager for Off-Road Interceptor. Very cool. Originally we had a hotter physics package for that feature, but some people were getting motion sickness from watching it. Squeamishness aside, this is one of the indications of just how realistic the futuristic driving action has become on this new Sega Saturn C5 vehicle sim. The crew at Crystal looked long and hard at feedback they got on a previous version of this game and set out to tune it into a massive, manic ride via the revved-up processing power of Sega Saturn. You've got that much extra power on the machine, says Tim Roberts, the game's producer, so you can get all that extra speed and all those added features. Off-Road Interceptor is an A-X-W, fast-paced, interplanetary combination of driving and shooting. Using the shell of a truck, you add far-out weapons and power-ups that turn you into a four-wheeling engine of destruction. Beside the grill cam, the Sega Saturn version features enhanced graphics and control. The design team is currently shooting new video footage and adding art that heighten the sense of speed and danger. Voiceovers have been added in the form of a controller who briefs you on your environment each time you're dropped into a hostile new world. The gamers at Crystal Dynamics spent a lot of time playing through each level, coming up with the best strategy tips they could think of. These are passed on to you by the controller as you make your way into the Wastelands. Buy 5 Sega CD games and get a SMFT-M free Sega CD system. That's right, free 111. To order by phone, call toll-free 800-407-5 Sega WW*W1*1. Can't wait. Call toll-free 800-475-B. And say, I want to play right away. The Sega Visions operator will tell you how you can pay today and play your Sega CD tomorrow by using our super speedy overnight service. You could have your free CD in your hot little hands tomorrow. Sega Visions operators are standing by to take 7 days a week. Please have your Visa or game selections and alternate choices. Offer expires August 31st, 1995. Your code 24 hours a day. Ready, along with your important note. The Sega CD system requires a Sega Genesis to operate. Genesis is not included. Supplies are limited. Offer is subject to availability. All offers are subject to sales tax, where applicable, plus regular shipping and handling charges. 57.951 offer is good in US only. Offer is not valid in combination with any other Sega promotional offers. Please allow 2 to 3 weeks for delivery greater than size. I want a free Sega CD system. Yes, I have marked first choices are enclosed my check. 4415 Afterburner 3J 4445 Android Assault J 4401 Batman Returns 4908 Bouncers 114651 Dark Wizard 4419 Double Switch 2240 Dracula Unleashed G4408 Echo the Dolphin. My 5 game choices with an X and 4 alternate choices with an A in case my out of stock. I have read the important note above this order form, and I have money order or credit card number, so send me my free Sega CD system today. G4441 Echo. The Tides of Time J 4655 Eye of the Beholder 4410 Final Fight Lee 4448 Flashback L 4E0B Formula 1 World Championship 14201 Joe Montana's NFL Football 44II Jurassic Park 4444 The Masked Rider 4439 Midnight Raiders 4442 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers J 4202 NFL Greatest San Francisco vs. Dallas 4852 Prince of Persia Lee 4206 Prize Fighter U 4607 Racing Aces J 4423 Sylphied D 4407 Sonic CD 14412 The Amazing Spider-Man vs. Kingpin J 4429 Tomcat Alley. Use this form or call 800-475 Sega Address City State Zip Home Phone, Daytime Phone D Visa D MasterCard Credit Card X date 5 games at $45.80 subtotal $229 California residents at sales tax postage ampersand handling $7.95 total enclosed make check on money or payable to Sega of America Inc. Please allow 2 to 3 weeks for delivery. Return this order to Sega Visions free Sega CD offer, P.O. Box 3498 Saunas, CA 9391 2 Sorry, this offer available in the U.S. only. Right bracket. Sega Genesis, and Sega CD are trademarks of Sega 1995 Sega. All rights reserved. Less than greater than hash the me guide to the Wormnich wiki cruisin' down the information highway, looking for some fun. There are two ways to access Sega's universe of online offerings: CompuServe and the World Wide Web. Here's the lowdown on both Josioa. On CompuServe is a computer-based information and communication service that lets subscribers connect to a world of comprehensive information about the latest in Sega video games and developments in interactive entertainment. The Sega Forum on CompuServe, reach it by typing Go Sega, offers bulletin boards and real-time conferencing to provide communication with developers, other gamers, and online guests. Chit Chat. Previous online conferences have included guests such as Roger Hector, Vice President of Sega's Technical Institute and lead designer of Sonic &Knuckles, and Joe Miller, Senior Vice President of Sega's product development. Subscribers even had the opportunity to chat with the big guy himself, Tom Kalinske, Sega of America CEO and President. Members can still log on to hear Kalinske give his version of the Sega Scream, the kickoff to an online Sega Scream contest. Game enthusiasts can ask questions, post messages, offer advice, start fan clubs, and essentially have electronic meetings with gamers from around the country. CompuServe subscribers can also access an entire Sega library of game tips, quick news bits, hints, video clips, and still graphics, plus get all the news about the interactive entertainment community. Niche. There are even online shopping deals. Muflo V1. You may decide to check out Sports Byline USA's sports commentary and hear what Ron Ban has to say, or to delve into the latest information about sports medicine. Who knows? Maybe you feel like jumping into the members' upload area to show off some of your own graphical creations. Perhaps you need to shop for a hard-to-find game or accessory. You could even join in a conference and offer creative ideas and heartfelt opinions. Sega Visions is online here too. Each week, we upload articles, reviews, tips, codes, and readers' comments into the Sega Visions library. You can read it first on CompuServe. For more information on CompuServe, call 800-621-1253 and ask for the Sega representative. The Mold Motmo, like CompuServe, the World Wide Web, also referred to as the Web, WWW, or W3, offers gamers access to Sega through a Sega site. Most computer communication services have plans to provide their members with access to the web, so if you read this and decide you want to log on and become a webhead, just check with your online service. Sega's web address is http://www.segaoa.com. The web is a graphical navigation system available on the internet that provides a community of online resources throughout the world. That's why it's known as the World Wide Web. It's not just another system to help you retrieve information from the internet. It's much more. The web has two unique characteristics: interactive multimedia and hyperlinks. Interactive multimedia means that the web gives you access to a variety of media and resources. These include graphics, audio, video, photos, and documents. A hyperlink is an electronic pointer of sorts, helping you to jump around to each area of interest quickly. Hyperlinks are clearly marked, often boldface or highlighted words called hypertext that are obvious enough to be easily recognized. By pointing and clicking with the computer mouse, you can go deeper and deeper into a site and even hyperlink to other sites on the web. You can virtually follow your interests. It's like owning the world's biggest collection of books, videotapes, slides, and compact audio discs. Say, for example, you begin your web session in Sega Sports from Sega's computer site in California. You've started looking at a cool video clip of a new baseball game, and directly below the video, you notice that the word baseball is highlighted a hyperlink clue. So you click your mouse on the word. The history of baseball appears from a web computer housed at the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. Now you're scrolling through the history of baseball, and you see a lot of other things highlighted. The word anthem catches your eye, you click on it, then music, then rock and roll. Who knows, you could end up leaping to a short video of the Beatles, housed on a computer in England. This is just a made-up example, of course, but it gives you an idea about what it means to cruise the web. You decide what you want to see here, or view MMSMT. The main interface on the Sega site resembles a village. Look closely, and you will see graffiti like hot buttons. Who Are You Home Arcade, Hot New Releases, Sega Visions, Sega-tainment, Sega Channel, Other Cool Stuff, and Sega Sports are a few of the options. Simply by clicking on any area of interest you can explore further and further into any topic. Ovimble THN6LE0UIEB/O, can Weflf the Sega web, offers incredible ever-changing graphical interfaces. It's essentially an interactive publication. You get game previews with both text and graphics. You can download screenshots, GIF files, and audio WAV files from games like Doom and Fahrenheit to enhance your desktop. There are drawings for free games for each new game profiled, so you always have a chance of winning. The Sega web offers tons of awesome online events, like the Sega Sports Fantasy Baseball Season Sweepstakes. The lucky grand prize winner gets season tickets to any major league team. Whatever you want to do with the Sega website, it's at your disposal. Sega web offers a world of fun things to do and see. Family vacation. Su carat v carat va carat less than 3 serve sg ampersand a reward. Okay, so sometimes the family vacation can be a drag. But when you stay at Howard Johnson Hotels this summer, you'll get to play Sega Game Gear for free. Me take home a free Sega Game Gear GA11E tips video with secret tips on the hottest Sega games. Kids go H0J0 eb with Sega also means your little Tiro or sis gets a free fun pack jammed with cool stuff. Hint: tell your parents kids stay free and you're practically there. Howard Johnson. Have your parents call Plazas Hotels Park Square and Lodges Hojo in Z, comfortable landmark, 1-800-ELGO Hojo for reservations. J/YJ, 3FJJD. VL/Anton M. Mr. Emu, met the dreaded Red One, in Sonic ampersand Knuckles. U carat J/ made him fly, whale walk, and bust his way to places that carat I Sonic could only gaze at wistfully. But if you think you carat J know Knuckles, you've got another thing coming. Jaded, been there done that, gamers are in for a surprise in Knuckles Chaotix from Sega, which marks the Crimson Echidna's debut on the Genesis 32X. You get a whole new cast of playable characters, all with different personalities and skills. You get gameplay that's 40 times faster than what a 16-bit system can deliver. You get more colors, higher eye resolution, and more animations than in Knuckles' last game. And that's not the half of it. Jumwim Sivesksmi asterisk at vid2zfr asterisk k asterisk ampersand. What's really revolutionary about Chaotix is a new technology that hooks characters together in totally new ways. Specifically, it tethers two characters together, giving you twice the talents of any one character but also twice the challenge in figuring out how they interact. It works like this. A springy cord connects your character with a second combination character, or combi. A combi can give you a hoist or a speed burst that your own character couldn't pull off on his own. You can fly over a particularly hazard-prone section, for example, while your combi picks off enemies that get in the way. If your combi can't jump high enough to follow you onto a platform, just pick him up and toss him. Fighting Robotnik while attached to an ally does present some complications. The decisions that you must make in pairing up characters and combining their strengths add a heavy dose of puzzle solving to the world of Mobius. As for plot, it's classic Robotnik. You must sling, fling, lift, and snap Yoder Combi through 5 enormous, graphically impressive levels to gather rings and confront his Kness. Unlike recent Sonic titles, Gimpix leads you through the levels in a random order. Along with the plentiful bonus rounds hidden behind walls and among the plant life, the non-linear storyline makes for great replay value if you're ready to move on to a Mobius game that's graphically and strategically more sophisticated. FTech/W_FLV is just the ticket. FLL Robotnik's Goon Squad, vertical bar S91/plug in a second control pad, and go after the Eggman with a friend. Just load a previously saved game, choose 1P/2P, and press start. Audi 00. ****. Leave received so many letters asking what it's like to be a game designer. We decided we'd better respond, or we'd face mutiny. Just for you, we met up with one of the hottest designers in the industry, Novak. That's right, just Novak. When you're as cool as he is, you don't need a first name. Among other projects, Novak designed the awesome X-Men 2 on Genesis and Span for the 32X, which is due out this fall. Sega Visions also learned that Novak is the lead designer in a top-secret groundbreaking game for Sega Saturn. And he's co-founder with Ed Zobrist of Zona, a game development company in Los Angeles. So far, all you readers dying to know more about being a top game designer, here's some insight from one of the best TS3JISEE3 Novak. Your coolness factor is extremely high around here. We are anxious to hear the basics. What are you about? I'm a software junkie. It's almost a religion to me. I never set out to be a game designer. One just kind of fell into it. I have a knack for it. I've heard managers call the type of people who work on games self-starters. The type who would be doing it anyway, even if they're 62 X-Men 2 designer Novak on breaking into the business, San Francisco punk bands. And a top-secret Saturn title weren't a video game industry. They would be puttering around with computers, making balls bounce around the screen, making farmhouses blow up on the computer screen, of course. Game designers are their own type of people. We are all differentwere, all weird and proud to be weird, and happy that we can work and be weird at the same time. LULULMI. Okay, the colossal question. How did you become a game designer? P111. Started out in the 60s, working with music synthesizers. I received a Bachelor of Arts degree in electronic music from New York State University at Albany and came out to California to get my master's degree. While studying for my graduate degree, one put together a band in San Francisco called Novak. Punk rock then was just starting to happen as a result of disco. I don't know if you like disco, but all of us rock and roll guys did. Music had become too corporate, too sanitized, and punk rock was bringing it back to being an expression of emotion. Because of my music/sound background and going to school, I had access to a recording studio. I was able to start recording bands that were a lot more popular and better than I was, along with my own stuff. That's how I got into producing the famous San Francisco punk rock bands like the Nuns, Crime Ready-Mades. Meanwhile, my school buddies were doing computer stuff like building their own microprocessor-based machines. This was before the days of home computers. I was absolutely seduced by the technology. So much so that I jumped out of the music scene to learn how to program, like making a digital sound synthesis system for the Apple II. I worked with many people and built a reputation in the Bay Area computer music underground. Around this time, video game companies were starting to departmentalize the way they did stuff. That's when they started looking for computer music guys. I worked for Sega Enterprises from 1982 to 1985 as a sound designer. That was the entry. Then around 1985 the video game industry slowed. You couldn't buy a job in the field. I got a job for the Navy, designing and implementing a targeting device for anti-submarine helicopters. When one interviewed, they portrayed it as a big video game. Inside the helicopter, all these monitors. The targeting device was sonar-based, so it tapped into my electronic sound experience and my video game experience. The military at that point was interested in establishing a link between the helicopter cockpit and video arcade games because a lot of the people they were training grew up playing arcade games. They were interested in how much information you could display on screen and still make sense of it. I worked for the Navy for about a year until a friend working at Mattel contacted me about programming an artificial intelligence robot. At Mattel, I also designed the toy-to-TV interface for Captain Power, the world's first interactive TV show. This toy was like a jet with an optic sensor in it that you pointed at the TV screen. If it saw a laser blast or an encoded bad guy and you pressed the trigger, you got a point. The show ran only about a year because it was too expensive to make. Then I designed a line of video games that used the Power Glove. Lily, what advice would you give to someone interested in becoming a video game designer? JL. You stay in school and pay attention. As a game designer, you need to draw on such an eclectic mix of disciplines. All this stuff that I thought I would never use comes into play when you're making a game. Being able to do math in your head is really helpful. You're always doing estimates. Video game engineering, especially for the Sega Saturn, is very advanced technology. You really have to love playing games because working on a game is an extremely hard job. It's not a 9-to-5 job. You think about it, you dream about it, it's your whole life. You have to play a lot of different games. You learn stuff from other games, and the hardware keeps advancing. Every couple of years your whole world gets topsy-turvy. Your work becomes obsolete so quickly that if you're looking for immortality, the game business is not for you, because it changes so quickly. My advice would be to do something with games and computers, whether it's learning how to program, use a paint program, or use MIDI synthesizers. I'd also recommend joining a local computer user group and possibly doing animation projects. Show other people in your club what you're doing. No one is going to know what you're doing if you're off by yourself, in a room where a lot of us like to be. You can also check out online forums about game design. If you're a computer graphic artist, you should also know how to program. That doesn't mean you have to be an ace programmer, but you should know about programming languages. The language everyone uses now is C. If you're a programmer, get a degree in computer science. At the same time, you should know about electronic paint programs and electronic music. You don't have to make the music, but knowing how it's made is absolutely essential. Lastly, master communication skills, English and literature. You have to know how to talk, how to present ideas, and read and write. You'd be surprised how many people have been held back because they lack these skills. No one is going to spend 2 or 3 hours trying to figure out what your stupid idea is from a poorly written document. If you'll tell us about the design process, Imperium the game starts with a 10 to 15 page concept paper. It's like an instruction book for a game that doesn't exist. You work out the play mechanics and plan your goals. If the concept paper is approved, you move on to preliminary design. It usually entails some artwork. Then you describe the game design level by level in 20 or 40 pages. What you want to do is get people interested in a game idea. It doesn't have to come from you. For example, on this top secret game for Sega Saturn, it was the producers Ed Annunziata's idea. And no, I can't tell you all about it, but I can say I loved the idea right away and told Ed that I wanted to work with him on it. MYVIWHTL, not to break your train of thought, but can't you please tell us even one tiny little thing about the game? We won't tell anyone. VFWVFL, you're right, like a million people aren't reading this. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. In the game, we are bending over backward to use every aspect of the Sega Saturn hardware. The game, and others under development, use many types of technologies, from motion capture to digitized actors, to different display techniques. Sorry, it's all I can say. So anyway, we spend a good 3 to 4 months developing game specifications, which translate into about 150. Then, we put together a team of artists and programmers and pore over it, page by page. The lead programmer is responsible for coordinating all the activities. The lead artist creates the graphic look of the whole game. For example, when you design enemies for a game, someone has to break down how each enemy is animated, how much memory is assigned to each enemy, and where they appear. Sega Uesinst, May 1995. Creating a game is a real interactive process. You're one of many people on the team. If you want to call the shots on the project, game designer is not the position you want to have. The guy who does make all the decisions is the guy spending the money, usually the publisher. T.I.N.P.I.K. to just hit the streets. What was it like working on a sequel? Oopsie, I started working on X-Men 2 1.5 years ago. We wanted to create the best Marvel game ever, to make the X-Men FC more X-Men-like. The thrust was toward using the X-Men's mutant powers, so we made the powers available at all times instead of making them a limited resource. X-Men 2 was like doing 7 games at once. There was an enormous amount of work, because the player can change characters. Nightcrawler's transporting skills, Psylocke's psychic powers, Wolverine's ability to climb with his claws. Each of these men is so different from the rest. We had to design play mechanics to take advantage of each personality. Is the difference between working on a licensed property and working on an original concept. While working on something like Marvel characters, something you love, you want to do them justice. When we started the game, we already had a lot. These men have been around for 30 years. Coming up with an original game design takes much longer. With an original game, Sonic, I imagine the goal was to make that really rip So Sega designed a game that scrolled faster than anything in the history of video games, then designed a fast character. I'm just speculating on this, but the point is that they found a way to go fast, then developed a character to take advantage of that. FTMM ML how do licensing restrictions you're into design? Vertical bar L1WB they can be very difficult. On X-Men 2, they weren't that tough because I had the pleasure of working with a great guy at Marvel 1, could talk with him anytime I had a question. When licensors don't work with you, you do what you think is right and show them the game, and they say, oh, this isn't right, then you have to go back and change stuff. But Marvel was involved with the game, as we were thinking up stuff. The Marvel people reviewed and critiqued each revision of the game design, which is kind of tedious. It's like handing in a term paper, but instead of getting a grade you get a sentence for every single one of your sentences. THJ.MUE.I.UE What have been your greatest influences? WFFFLFLI flip between serious art and popular art. I spent my undergraduate life studying the European avant-garde composers of the 1940s and 1950s. On the other hand, I loved Alice Cooper not at the same time. As for movies, Blade Runner is probably my all-time favorite. I like it because it deals with memory. I also love books, but with a book, you can fantasize, but you're not fantasizing interactively with the author. With video games, you're fantasizing in real time with the authors. Making video games is similar to playing in bands. You're performing, except your performance is once removed not standing up in front of an audience. You're programming a computer, telling it how to /perform in certain one stances. Why our players are interacting with that performance. I feel funny advocating video game fanaticism because it does make you weird, but it's fun. And if you don't have fun in life, you're missing something. Be funny, that's our motto. MSU. UMCOMES GMGUINGNIINNDNNIIFAS WOILIP clear woilic. %#A sneak peek at new games unveiled at Industry Expo this May. At the Electronic Entertainment Exposition in Los Angeles, Sega is giving the world an introduction to what promises to be the most exciting software lineup ever. Sega Saturn and 32X, Genesis, Sega CD, and Game Gear. Every platform is receiving the royal treatment with the best offerings Sega can muster. While others have to go to the show, which is closed to the public, to see these titles, Sega Visions went on a raid to get the word, and we are giving it to you here, no speculation needed. Even though Sega Saturn and 32X are the big news, don't put away your Sega CD, Genesis, or Game Gear just yet. A ton of hot titles for these platforms are coming your way, each showcasing play at the next level. The hottest titles, the most popular characters, and the best gameplay. Extravaganza after giving millions of Genesis and Sega CD owners the power to move from 16-bit to 32-bit play in one simple, economical move. Sega is delivering second-generation software on both cart and CD. The new 32X titles are even more exciting, and they're packed with features you can't find on any comparable game system. Colibri is both the title of 5X's newest action/adventure game, and the name of its star, an iridescent hummingbird. The goal was to bring a hummingbird's world to life, much as Sega did with the dolphin in the Echo games, this time allowing you to move in 3 dimensions. You'll find that this one-player card meets these expectations and gives much more. Colibri is an emerald green bird who moves like the wind when he's not hovering on wings that seem to go a million miles an hour. Colibri's world is threatened when two crystals plummet from space, one red and one green. The red crystal emits energy that turns all living creatures into deadly, mutant monsters. The green crystal emits energy that twists plant life into thorny, poisoned horrors. The mutations begin to spread rapidly as both the crystals sink deeper into the earth. Colibri gets involved in the plight of the world when he encounters the energy of a third crystal, this one blue, that has been buried for the last 5 billion years. The blue crystal recruits the hummingbird, setting him off on a giant adventure. You'll be able to make Colibri fly, hover, and move in and out of his 3D world. The FCVR Troopers. If Power Rangers are a little young for your style of play, take a close look at VR Troopers, a hot vehicle shooter based on the hit TV series. The show chronicles the battles of the VR Troopers, two young men and a woman, who battle in the virtual world, cyberspace, to keep Grimlord and his army of evil robots from taking over the real world. VR Troopers 32X takes the unconventional and much more exciting approach of putting you into the awesome vehicles for some serious cyberspace shooting. The action takes place in polygon-based ground and air virtual realities in your choice of 6 high-tech, armed-to-the-teeth vehicles. The game delivers more than 30 rounds of intense blasting, plus many hidden features, including 2 hidden vehicle types. Spider-Man. Web of Fire the Web-Slinger has enjoyed a long and popular history on Sega systems. He's back on 32X, this time more lifelike than ever, in Spider-Man. Web of Fire. This time Spider-Man faces off with Hydra, the infamous terrorist organization that has graced the pages of many a comic book. Hydra has put an energy net over the Big Apple. It is slowly descending, crushing every building and inhabitant brick by brick, bone by bone. The net was created by 3 generator spires, each guarded by the Enforcers, an army of supercharged mercenaries, and the supervillains of Hydra. Spidey Virtua Hamster Virtua. What? You read it right. Hamster Sega is taking the Virtua concept and treating it with characteristic irreverence. The result is a screamingly fast point-of-view action game with a creative cast of reared-up rodents. Virtua Hamster has it all. Good guys and villains, government plots to create vicious war machines, mad scientists, evil creatures, death-defying escapes, and tons of roly-poly rodents. Scheduled for fall release, Virtua Hamster is a first-person, polygon-based, puzzle-solving adventure through what can be described only as the happy trail from hell. It contains every hamster's worst nightmares, like mechanical snakes, and has openings where you encounter another hamster horror, cats. You play as Chip, a rambunctious skateboarding rodent with a high-tech jetpack. Your goal is to find a series of blueprints and jetboard through a gigantic labyrinth of happy trail tubes to make your escape. Crawling between you and freedom are a passel of evil hamsters, also wearing jetpacks and armed with some very clever weapons. The puzzles are complex, and the action is non-stop and loaded with good humor. And you thought hamsters were stupid? Must shut down all 3 towers, webbing bad guys and are rescuing civilians along the way. W vertical bar carrots, Spider-Man. Web of Fire is pure action. Utilize asterisk caret L-ing, the more powerful capabilities of the 32X's caret L twin processors. This version of the web slinger is caret B, bigger, bolder, and badder, with new fighting caret by moves and more web shooting than ever. The VI game has 4 grounds, mid-grounds and BACKI-L-V grounds, and Spider-Man has more than 50 new moves for combat on the ground, while stuck to walls and dangling from his web. If you're a Spider-Man fan, this one will keep you hanging at the end of your web. 1995 Mayville Entertainment Group, Inc. All rights reserved. It's a head-on Gene and Sega CBS of Batman & Robin. Batman fans have eagerly awaited the release of The Adventures of Batman & Robin on both the Sega CD and Genesis platforms. Sega has brought to life the dark, brooding crime-fighting team of Batman and Robin from the animated series, complete with the collection of fiends who are set to destroy Gotham City. Players choose to be either Batman or Robin in a battle to stop Mr. Freeze from using a gigantic ice cannon on Gotham City. Waiting to stop the crime fighters are some of the most famous Batman bad guys, including the Joker, Two-Face, and the Mad Hatter. Both the Genesis and Sega CD versions feature hand-drawn characters and enemies, 3D flying and land levels, and a pumping techno soundtrack. The Sega CD version also contains additional animation and cinematic interludes. Salmon and all related elements are property of DC Comics and all rights reserved. Wirehead. Sega is giving you a slapstick Twilight Zone glimpse into the world of What If, with Wirehead for the Sega CD, a hysterical game of you call the shots with a guy who has a control mechanism mounted in his head. In the aftermath of a near-fatal accident, Ned Hubbard, a shy, everyday Joe, is saved with a radio-controlled device that is mounted to his brain. Just about every government agency wants the device. A secret criminal organization wants it and has sent a female assassin to get it. Ned just wants a normal life, but there's one problem, besides the assassin and the government agents, and the wire sticking out of his head. Guess who's holding the control mechanism? You. At every critical instant, you decide what Ned, the wirehead, should do. Actions are roughly grouped into physical and emotional responses, like fighting and running. The results range from simply slapstick to downright hilarious. Wirehead is filmed in full motion video and offers so many choices that it's always a new game. Comics Zone. Sega is redrawing action gaming with new video twist on comic books. Sketch Turner is his name, and drawing comics is his game, until Mortis, one of his most vicious creations, grabs the pen and turns Sketch into the comic. Comic book hero, that is. Comics Zone is video gaming's first interactive comic book. You play as Sketch in a drawn world where the action comes at you frame by frame. You must find a way back to the real world and stop Mortis before he can create a reign of terror that makes Sketch's comics look like a happyland. The blonde ponytailed Sketch makes a good comic hero. He has martial arts moves like you wouldn't believe, plus superhero powers that allow him to burst the barriers of panels and frames. Of course there are hordes of villains, all of whom use more bad lingo than they could ever pack into a paper comic. Garfield. Caught in the act of that crazy cat. Garfield, the fat orange feline, who has delighted millions in cartoons, is making his debut in the video game world with Garfield. Caught in the act. This one-player action/adventure features all of Garfield's wit and attitude in a late-night TV adventure through his dreams. The story begins with Odie and John asleep, and Garfield channel surfing to cure a late-night case of indigestion. As he falls asleep during a movie marathon, Garfield dreams himself into the title roles of such movie notables as Cave Cat, 3 million BC before cartoons, Count Sabula's Castle, Bonehead the Barbarian, and Kot Sabsanka. Getting through each movie experience will call for Garfield to use the special features unique to each flick's hero. Look for plenty of power-ups, special moves, tons of enemies, and the voice of Garfield, Lorenzo Carlton the Doorman. Music. QFLP 0I. Wall in A. Terst ever J asterisk G D JB Garfi / D. Cog E asterisk FN Aki home package. This fat Z action of tire jeans asterisk I in at Kiho P carat and lazy cat dreams highway greater than vertical bar VCR scree with AC carat L carat ER and DGARSD of Ilineo. Vectorman, ain't it funny how the fate of the world always seems to fall on those least likely to save it. This time the world depends on the strength and power of a toxic sludge barge robot pilot in Vectorman, Sega's new space shooter for the Genesis. The Earth is a toxic nightmare in the process of regeneration by environmental cleanup robots. When their leader is fouled by toxic goo, it goes mad, driving Earth farther into ruin rather than aiding recovery. You play as Vectorman, the sludge barge pilot. Back from a dump, run to the galaxy's largest waste incinerator, the sun. You discover that everything has gone haywire. It's up to you to battle the mad robots bent on reprogramming you and defeat their warped leader, Raster. Vectorman is more than just a pilot robot. Since he is composed of spherical vector pieces, he can rearrange himself to accommodate the many environments of the game. This morphing ability gives Vectorman the power to become objects as varied as missiles, drills, ghosts, and fish. Right bracket, there are 7 available weapons. plus boot blast jump J jets that he can use to reach higher places and fry enemies. Vectorman is your tangent to shooting fun. Game Gear pushes portable carat ray to a new level equal X-Men. Mojo World, the mighty X-Men reign supreme on Sega. They're tougher, meaner, longer than ever in X-Men. Mojo World for the Game Gear. This time the X-Men are going up against Spiral, a Venus from the Mojo World. She has a TV show that she wants to use to gain control of the world. Her new show, The Greatest Battles of the X-Men. Spiral is transporting the X-Men through time and recording the results of their battles. Of course, the X-Men don't know what's going on, but survive, and they'll find out. The game features 7 levels, each a battle against some of the X-Men's greatest enemies. You begin with control of Wolverine and Gambit, adding a new X-Man to your inventory of players each time you win. Look for Havoc, Shard, Rogue Cyclops, and Scuffer on the good guy side, and Fitzroy, Magneto Agent, and Brimstone Love working for Spiral. The gameplay is pure action. Get them before they get you. The Adventures of Batman, & Robin. Sega's Hot Batman and Robin game series has come to Game Gear as well. The Adventures of Batman & Robin, on the portable screen, takes a slightly different storyline. The Joker has coerced Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, Mad Hatter, and Scarecrow to cooperate in a massive crime wave. Part of their plan is to take out the Dark Knight, Batman. To get him, they need bait. And what better bait for a bat than a bird? Robin. Getting his partner back will call for every trick on Batman's belt, including throwing stars, batarangs, and balos. Look for the fastest, most frenzied fighting ever on Game Gear, plus awesome, flying levels on the Batwing. Fans of the animated TV series will find the small screen version of their heroes just as exciting as the cartoon, with one big difference: you can take these heroes with you. X Power Rangers. The movie. Since the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came kicking and screaming to Sega a year ago, they've developed quite a following as the hottest group of teen superheroes on video games or TV. Now catch them on the Game Gear in their new adventure, Power Rangers, the movie. This one-year two-player gear-to-gear martial arts master asterisk piece is a side-scroller's fantasy. Power Rangers. The movie is based on the upcoming box office PR brawl against Ivan Ooze, Rita Repulsa, and a horde of other enemies. The game also features scenes from the current hit TV series. You can play as any of the 6 Rangers or use the game options to play in another mode. There are 3. A one-player story mode, in which you fight through scenarios from the upcoming Power Rangers movie and the TV series, a versus game in which you can be any ranger and battle all the other rangers, and a link mode, in which you battle a buddy via the gear-to-gear cable. Morph into fun with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on Game Gear. Stay tuned. So, how's your appetite for gaming now? With 1995 the hottest year for games ever, you can bet your bottom dollar that even more hot hit titles will be coming your way. And there's only one place to get the real inside scoop. Sega Visions. Matt Dodwin Sand World about 95 Mimin. Wham. The Reds Diane Sanders steps up to face the Braves Greg Maddux. Albert Bell of the Indians rips a shot off the Orioles Ike Hassina. All 28 Major League teams, 2 Major League players, including McGriff Bagwell, Key Kennett and Bonds, draft & trade players. FL League, All-Star, Playoffs & World Series action. Multiplayer league. Several friends can all be in a league together. Large battery saves complete individual, team and league leaders statistics. Mealtime great players, including Lou Gehrig, Duody and Ty Cobb. MTHEBESTJUST 60TBITTER. All test stats, all the stadiums, incredible animation. W0RLD Series Baseball 95 has it all. DM Winding, I'm Finn Majiner. THHTTLTM #M Roberto Alomar faces Lack McDowell in All-Star batting mode. Less than. WWSW, SOB J7J, 0I less than 1 asterisk. Asterisk 1 to HTH Radier, is you only friend shields are replenished somewhat. XOELY 0.011, know the ins and outs of space blasting. Think again. Stixon's Motley Hisk 2000, Sega for the Genesis S2X has given the knot in the ARM W looking graphics, and Big Mother Bisque delivers clean fluid of the most sinister androids. SPWZSZS new nano FFL USWA. Diabolical Fitnal Uiakluiuit way through the futuristically seen is deploying a nimble satellite when agility is of enemy forces, sweeps in a little one take different. Hen an onslaught warrior. This is .u, median to fire relentlessly from in nets, jump and jink to guy me UI angle, on your F buildings L, greater than your space toast. Whichever B I JL ilhisk 2I00 grabs you by the jugular. If clue. Panchus asterisk move is worthy less than RT. A moment F Sydney 3-2 exit was only a matter of time before fighting games began to parody themselves. Jump starting the trend where Genesis hits like Gamtex truly loony brutal now brutal is clawing its way onto your Genesis 3-2XJ with more feral fighters, more far-flung locations, and more humor. Wanna see an overweight cat named Psycho Kitty become /lethal, just kicking furball? This is your game. If solid fighting moves, battle strategy, and gorgeous animation are important to you, look no further than Brutal 3-2X. In the 3-2X version, the 10 fighters of the original Brutal cast welcome 2 newcomers to the litter. Chung Po is a wizened old muskrat who holds his own with the younger creatures. At only 250 pounds, Chung Po practices the martial art Sabai, which combatants use their opponent's strength against them. One loss a vaguely obscene taunt. Psycho Kichi is a hyperkinetic fey line who baits his enemies by making nutsoid faces. Both Chung Elpo and Psycho Kichi, like the creatures they join, have more than 200 animations at their dispose. Don't be fooled, though. The moves may sound far out and look even weirder, but Ruhal is a classic fighting title. You in combat a friend, or the CPU, in practice battle, or no frills head-to-head mode. In tournament mode, you work your way from white to black belt sif, taking on each animal combatant and picking up special moves WR from your mentor, the Dalai Lama. Accompanying the action are a frenzied soundtrack and some strange animal noises. Any fighting fan with a slightly twisted sense of humor would do well to check out Brutal 32X. S down diagonal in either J direction to block. Taunt your opponent by pressing down Earth.Bachon Sand Blaffy Volumet. On a counterclock wall, Crete from OATO carat JT Ifni of the fighters, ampersand Jickle.ANYKIC carat vertical bar P or a flurry. Cut to the chase. Pray as Wills E. Kyochi to get your paws on Roadrunner, or turn the tables and play as Roadrunner for a completely different game. It's 2 games in 1. Beep, beep. Cartoon-like graphics and loads of zany sound effects put you right in the wacky Acme action. Railroad M. Ride the rails in your rocket skates and catch up with Roadrunner FO Rake in a jackpot of Acme saving stamps. Deracing and bashing to satisfy the inabe in all of us tout a disc T.J graphics, the thumb I.driver, and pop. The option to FCDDJL /AUUB drawbacks Thesamaut quality, F the full mejo. Rut the hilarious son. Here they are, waiting to feel your heavy-handed control, or to crush your skull with a pipe, or to wipe out their super bikes and give their livers H, the need snow /.puoyapng v. Hit a level hacky in Parkempty of ambition, and me the fa, sav, s, a tower more than challenged dungeon, carat s carat n, sii asterisk l asterisk, hackers need apply vertical bar rslfflwm ta keo, equal, senior sir parts carat ampersand carat d, 1 carat asterisk asterisk w easiest. Beat it IW. U/M envelopes and stamps. www.JI_JIL_I/J BYBJ 1Y our moful has asterisk arrived. Do asterisk we mean envelopes and stamps? No way. We're talking rogue wizards, mouthy dragons, and major quest activity. Popful Mail is the latest Sega CD from Working Designs, the folks who brought you the hit RPG CDs Lunar and Vey. This one-player action/RPG tosses you into battle against more than 16 bosses, gives you almost 3 hours of audio dialogue, and delivers more than 20 minutes of terrific anime intermissions. Expect at least 60 hours of frantic gameplay as you take your 3 characters through the wilds of Mail's world. It's great to see this blockbuster Japanese title come to our shores. It was worth the wait. And by the way, watch out for the monsters. They're everywhere. One of the strengths of this disc, in addition to the butt-kicking gameplay, is the quantity and quality of the speech. Popful Mail has 39 speaking parts performed by some of the most talented voice actors in the industry. These folks do every accent in the book, throw in a fair amount of humor, and give you close to 3 hours of conversation. Male Tato and Gaw each have different dialogue, and the characters they interact with often have different responses to each player. You'll have a great time skewering monsters and trekking across Male's world in this terrific CD adventure. Asterisk 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 hints 9 damage / M asterisk. Neglecting often body parts, 1 asterisk T, or legs. M Genesis extras .ct #h less than T.2T. Sega's new ASEAN /RPB will take Vu, Imid Action Thius Fightin, Tuvs, Bayod Advichar 3 flaming / by doing P.ich on hidden areas. Imp weapon hidden areas give you the best weaponry. In addition to the goodies, in these 2 areas, we've found unlimited hyper bombs by making a leap of faith south from a chest in the clouds, and an unlimited use steel crossbow by plunging down a whirlpool in a pond shade post surrounded by logs. We expect there's more. Check it out zs*.sword 9 tons at battle. Consider it a pair of itudical armlet's strategy spirit cern tuning the gold armlet Grandfire, Shadow, and Nat flig the many intricate puzzles, UNLs. In addition to his spirit-based help, Alilia's beast-busting moves, weaponry like bombs, crossbows, and SW less than, your wits lie hopesi to get him, through his battle. Thing, from ogres and demonic soldiers, to zombie. C.E. of small apartment buildings. Beyond Oasis is not only, it's also different, and that makes it ev. Q. What was the first RPG released on a Sega system? The water spirit I'd flow by tossing your light ball A droplets, or we ifrit the fire. Spirit / VR shade, pi shadow spirit JM asterisk him, ampersand. Your light ball, at crystal white tattoos, mirrors any enemy wearing. Flare, or at his black spirit gem lighty, Bowie nature spirit, 3p asterisk asterisk R, 7 IGR. J caret, hey ifrit by shooting your light ball at any fire explosion, including those from enemies, or by SHHHI far hints, IPS, use, ALS combination attack press button B, repeatedly against most enemies for the fastest kill, save fruit items for dire need. Use Ditto's healing spell instead, light all on lamps, and I caret P, dace wait on all pads on meek fan AAOK, and while asterisk cat appears to be cracked. R and L caret T caret CNLPTSSS caret CARESANDTNES 5 SOND9S Enjoy Jets Asyoid V. Starring David Robinson E.T. * Reggie Miller, will be raining threes. Robinson takes his slams to a new level. Rise above the rest. Real NBA stars including Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Hardaway, Jason Kidd, Sean Kemp and Larry Johnson take flight with our all-new fast-breaking view. Choose from 27 NBA teams to battle through league, playoffs and the NBA Finals. Trade players to build a dynasty, then immortalize the glory with your own personalized card. Create your own players, put yourself in the game, and see how you measure up to NBA stars or play with 30 Hall of Famers. Large battery tracks stats in 19 different categories. Marv Albert calls all the action. NBA Action 95, starring David Robinson, is fantastic. Rookie sensation Grant Hill explodes to the hole. Sports. All-star crushing check. Over 1,000 animated frames, including slap shots, wrist shots, and 14 different goal-fed loads against the Rangers. All 650 NHL players are here, and you select automatic or manual goalie control. Here gives you all 26 NHL teams and all real NHL players for playoff action. Straight through the Stanley Cup Finals. The ultimate power play. Skate your way to Stanley Cup glory with all new All-Star Hockey. Play with all 26 NHL asterisk teams and all 650 NHL players including Bear, Messier Yzerman, Yager Lindros, Hellerb, Chilios and more. Real ice action is here too with line changes. Speed bursts, instant replays, one-timers with a battery that tracks season standings, ampersand stats, sampled sound effects, and color commentary from Marv Albert, voice of the NY Rangers. It's as real as it gets and it's only from Sega Sports. Sega CDI Genesis, Libflahang Blime 95 Dish the Dunks, Lob the Leather, Pound the Court, Go Fat Row onto Half Court Round Bull, with NBA, Hangtime 9S from Sony ImageSoft, for the Sega CD. This disc gives you two styles of game, NBA and Outdoor World Tour, with fantasy plots. The first is hosted by ESPN Sports Center co-host Dan Patrick, and the second, a bit more outrageous, is called by ESPN To the Deuce host Stuart Scott. You get more than 30 combo moves, computer-rendered video, real honest-to-gosh rap music, and more. Overall, it's not a bad game, and it's for your Sega CD. /J vertical bar RAGS, controller clutching crewy life, the hard-working Sobright bracket editors of Yonner Famille Sega Onlog magazine, and we that time is finite, and pages are numbered. Cosmic Har. Flumjurage. This results in an ongoing case of so little time, so much games. It doesn't lean us too many choices. Life could cure for your titles in more depth and ignore host numbers of deciming games, or we could pack each issue chock full of org-nem product for erg platform and Jiuj do on the limited courage on stuff like the hottest Nera Sega Saturn Screamers, Life KNRJM, both are bad ideas. Left bracket bad idea sit. Doombog.l, so instead Joe, do the best of both your worlds. Deep courage on some games, and quick nuggets of info on others. Thus, this fast takes section. You get a couple of screenshots, a Doran and Dirk assessment of the title, 3 exceedingly important hot hints to get you under May, and ratings from our regrettable gravid remembers left bracket people, mo do nothing productio, and spend their days playing games right bracket. The ratings come in flu easy to understand categories. Games are scored wraith black and edge height pictograms of your faint spiky headed guy. The higher the number of Sonic icons, the better. Interpret the scores like this: Albin and a cream pie $SSSFCSJ all that and underscore 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 Tadmore all mat $5 vertical bar $mastatai not much of that caret barman's shut tip ampersand jam 2 with a fair number of improvements over the last incarnation. Barkeys shut up, ampersand jam 2 from Accolade, for Genesis raises the temp slightly. Play against Sir Charles and the Street Ball Boys on 8 tastefully graffitied outdoor courts with 10 selectable characters, 22 total, a new battery backup, and lots more voice if you're willing to include constant mumblings of "my bad" as speech. There are more moves and more than 25 jams. This game hasn't got the speed of the more popular street ball titles, but it's not so bad if you're a screaming round ball hound. Play twa on 2 ball with your choices, from 3-member teams less than / kick it with the power slam by tapping special, shoot then up the offer, up the razzle dazzle, by tapping special, pass then left * show some spunk with the funk dunk, by tapping special, special then up. This tomahawk is one of the many featured slam seconds to do an alley-oop. Press button C while dribbling when a teammate is near the basket, then tap button B to complete the move. Button B steals on defense. Use it publisher. Sony ImageSoft players 1 to 4 publisher. Accolade players 1 to 4 rating. KFL Graphics rating. NYR Graphics Sound Sound Controls Controls Challenge Challenge Overall Fun Overall Fun Genesis Q3BJJJ3J Coach K College Bashal Hall. Why's he called Coach K? 'Cause it slides off the tongue so much easier than Krzyzewski. This legendary Duke coach gave the crew at EA Sports a serious leg up on the strategy side in Coach K College basketball for the Gene. This is a title with the perspective and feel of EA's acclaimed NBA Live 95, but with a fix for the folks who never got over their case of March Madness. Till's 1-4-player title offers great b-ball, tons of NCAA experience, amazing crowd sounds, and backboard-shattering fun. Why bother to pronounce the whole name? Coach K is more than enough. Exoscoffle fans of the animated Smash TV show can go for the galactic goodies and take on the nasty Neosapines in Exa Squad from Playmates for the Genesis. This alternate future title gives two players three modes of gameplay to bot through. You get behind your mech shooter levels, right-scrolling action stages. Here you do heavy-footed plotting and blasting and fighting areas that have you take on Neosapine assailants. Although colorful, the card is uneven. Some areas are a breeze and others nigh on impossible, but practice makes perfect. The controls are kludgy and the sounds less than enthralling. Aficionados of the cartoon might be amused. Ma Jam. Tournament Edition NBA Jam. Tournament Edition from Acclaim for the Genesis is an obvious graduate of the More is More school of video game sequels. With more players 3 to 5 per team, new dunks, player subs, post-season play against all-star teams, more hidden characters, new power-ups, more voice, head-to-head same team action, and battery backup to save your numbers. This one picks up the most important changes from the TE. Arcade machine. Skeleton Crew. It's good to be dead, really. At least it is when you play Skeleton Crew on Genesis from US Gold. It's an entertaining one-ear top layer, three-quarter view shooter, with a neat thriller soundtrack. You play as one of three futuristic soldiers, in a run-and-gun mission into monstrosity, to find Moribund cadaver DNA. Skeleton Crew has no major surprises, good or bad. While the control is difficult, Skeleton Crew is a fair representation of the genre. See how your teams match up before yon start. Add in 1/double team the guy who has the ball to get more steals. Immediately sub a player whose stamina bar becomes orange or red less than / when the star at the player's feet is flashing. He's hot, use him. Publisher. EA snorts players. Wanted for rating. KFL Graphics ***J** Sound $$$ Controls V $VK Challenge Overall Fun $$$ The Fighting Regions Poke a Hit. When in the duel mode, against a computer opponent, leap or crouch immediately to avoid being shot. Keep your weapon charged in the side-scrolling areas. In the shooter levels, it's sometimes easier to avoid than to F-ray. Publisher. Playmates players, 1 or 2 rating. Conan, 11 less than / when almost on fire, gold can to guarantee flames. Less than / push opponents to knock them down. VT, get the fantastic teleport pass power-up. Press up right left A, down left right, and B at the matchup screen. When you see 8 pair of eyes popping out of the surface, think crocodile, even though what's underneath is much worse. If you stay in one place too long, Sorthing invariably comes along and shoots you. Less than / Rib is the fastest character. Joint is the toughest 1/2 players, stand a much better chance of getting farther into the guy graphics, sound controls challenge overall fun. Siku Uesiois Mag, 1995 publisher. Acclaim players, 1/0 out rating. NVK graphics $, sound $S, controls SFFSWFJ challenge $, $3 ampersand vertical bar $, overall fun. $5 publisher. US Gall players, 1 or 2 rating. NYR graphics sound vertical bar controls M challenge ampersand $, overall fun Genesis E5RAFF Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Crossroads All-Time Playmates has managed to tap into the latest Trekkie fervor with Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Crossroads of Time for Genesis. The gameplay is a mix of action and RPG. You play as Commander Sisko. You have the ability to interact with the residents of Deep Space Nine, use objects you find or receive, and deliver some fair fighting moves, although FZR deals with trouble more quickly. Even the storyline is deep. We thought this one was strictly middle off-road. Slargal, you know a game's really far out when Jay Davidson is the final boss. In Acclaim's Stargate for Genesis, you're the buff and brainy Colonel Jack Zero * Neil, assigned to retrieve his men and a nuclear bomb from the clutches of Ra and his ancient Egyptian goon squad. Collect earthly and alien weapons as you blast and radio your way through shifting sands, catacombs, and miles of desert. With lots of missions and puzzles, digitized backgrounds from the flick, and some solidly fun gameplay, Stargate packs real pyramid power. True Lies Relax, the latest Schwarzenegger game, isn't based on Junior. It's Acclaim's True Lies, starring Arnold as a government agent who must save the world from, you guessed it, nuclear annihilation, in straightforward run-and-gun action. You and the terrorists you're up against acquire increasingly lethal weapons. As for turn 2 puzzling, and the secret passageways are pretty easy to find. And the 3/4 overhead view makes for smallish sprites, but for classic blast or be blasted play, True Lies delivers in well. Clubs it of your favorite characters are in their usual places, on the decks. The Horus guards teleport themselves. Grenades are your best defense. You're supposed to protect civilians. Vertical bar not blow them away. Warlock, you're the do-gooder scion of a long line of druids. He's a malcontent bent on raising all sorts of hell. The two of you face off in Acclaim's Warlock for Genesis, a respectable but not exactly trailblazing action title, with RPG overtones. In racing the Warlock to 6 magic stones, you blast assorted cretins and collect and cast spells. In other words, the play is basic walk and shoot with a few power-ups thrown in. That said, the Warlock himself is pretty cool. He's got a mocking laugh and a way of disappearing and reappearing that makes battling him a real challenge. Bubbling vials restore health, but you must activate the spell. Sabotage is only the beginning of your problems, as are an excellent source of hints and information. They also tend to the longer you hold a grenade after need rescuing, pulling the pin, the farther you throw it. Hold on too long, and your history. Brainwashed dogs spring at you, and corporate types menace outside the library, but they won't follow you. In / you'll find a FZR by the fallen crewman in Pylon 3. / any physical damage from falls or fights saps your strength / record your passwords to keep from replaying chapters. Publisher. Playmates players, 1 rating. KFL graphics sound controls challenges overall for S/fire in short bursts to avoid overheating. Search out secret passageways in U*Nana. Your machine gun / sometimes UC3 and shoot down a locked door less than / if you can't reach a ledge, press C and toward for a running start. Publisher. Acclaim players. 1. The Chateau. The anti-personnel mine is your most powerful weapon. You can shoot across tables and counters, but not through walls or windows. Publisher. Acclaim players. 1 rating. Ha graphics S rating. T graphics sound JFC S1 FC controls challenge overall fun $M overall fun NND / use your orb to grab high up spells. Jumping won't help / save your strong smart bombs for undead creatures. The weak bombs take care of the living. / jump repeatedly to increase your height when using a Levtatran crystal. Publisher. Acclaim players. Una rating. H graphics sound controls challenge overall fun line of asterisks. It's not just fun and games, it's an amazing career opportunity, it's creative freedom, it's a chance to learn on state-of-the-art equipment, and there's free coffee. Join Konami Computer Entertainment KCE, a new R&D subsidiary of Konami America, Inc., an industry leader in electronic entertainment for the last 25 years. KCE's mission is to gather the most talented individuals on the planet to create the best video games for the American market. We are actively hiring programmers, designers, artists, sound designers, composers / arrangers, technical writers. KCE is located in a spacious northwest Chicago suburb. Relocation packages will be available. Plus we offer great benefits, including competitive salary, 401k, medical / dental plans, and most importantly, a great place to work. To find out more about the growth opportunities at KCE, please send resume with salary history to Konami America Inc. Human Resources Dep. KCE 900 Deerfield Pqui. Buffalo Grove, IL 60089. Konami is an equal opportunity employer. Konami is a registered trade 1995. Konami America Inc. Konami is a registered trademark of Konami Co. 1.id KF %KKE8 Summit in court. Pit Chang against Edberg and see who's got the serve and volley edge. See how a number 1 player from the past, like Bad Boy Hynastes, measures up to today's overall leader, Pete Sampras. Or create your own rookie player and take on the whole tour. Choose your own nationality, birth date, play style, type of spin, on forehand and backhand, and more. If you're feeling cocky, turn off the bounce pointer and computer-assisted control. You can also save your place on a tour, adjust the game speed, and pick from 4 kinds of courts. With this many options, maybe Lindell could win a match on grass. Just remember, no arguing with the umpire. If you're weak in the footwork department, select a clay court match for a slightly slower game. Force your opponent out of his usual game. Bring a baseliner up to the net, for example, for sheer power. Rod Laver and Pete Sampras are your best bets. You can use any button to serve, but if you've got a high power rating, try button A. Button C gives you the hardest shot in a volley. Calling all swingers IVRMIIP, so you think your backhand's pretty intimidating. You can out-volley anyone at the local courts. Put your ground strokes and topspin to the test against Pete Sampras, Michael Stich, or any of the other 32 top-ranked men in ATP Tour Champi. On-chip tennis from Sega for the Genesis. The roster reflects the game style of each player, along with his strengths and weaknesses in 7 key categories, from serve power to forehand accuracy. Play as a rookie, increasing your skill ratings as you win matches, or compete as any of the big names to see how it feels to wield John McEnroe's backhand, or Brad Gilbert's inside-out forehand. Whether you play singles against the CPU or doubles with 3 other gamers, ATPness serves up enough hand-eye and stress-ck any tennis addict out of his court. Shipubu long curve Sega Sports 3 or G-button players. 1 to 4 with team player. Richard Krajicek's serve is erratic, but when he doesn't fault, he can fire. OMPH aces at his opponents. Choose from 32 of the top players of all time, or earn your stripes as a rookie for greater challenge. Replay your opponent's humiliating and forced error again and again. Welcome to management. You can create up to 40 of your own players and save them with the battery backup. Marv Albert, the voice of the NBA on NBC, offers up the commentary. Choose from 30 Hall of Fame greats, trade players, and create your own dynasty. Check out in-depth player ratings. Manage the team with astounding new play calling features that do everything from setting picks to having teammates cut from the side of the screen. Best of all, your personalized card saves all the info on career best performances. Can you say bragging rights? NBA action is both realistic and big fun. The game is all that and more. BITT*ST on *ini on **5s33hh vertical bar Q. Whose size 22 sneakers are bronzed in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Life on the Fast Bria RMUP smell the leather. Pound the court. Enter the world of NBA Action 95, starring David Robinson from Sega Sports for Genesis. This got downtown, dealing the round ball and leading the breakale from the new fast-breaking view. Using the team player, up to 5 players, that's right, a whole squad, can run plays simultaneously. You get all 27 NBA clubs, all the real players, full season, playoffs, and NBA finals to jam through. BF \more. Round ball's never been B. Consider subbing a player who's flashing blue. Blue means he's seriously cold and has the hands of a bricklayer. When your indicator is red, your man is in the zone. Be aware of your player's stats. Don't try the threes with a player who can't even see from downtown, much less shoot. The more you know about picks, set plays, and other types of actual basketball strategy, the better you'll do in this game. On the Open Lane Sena Unions, May 1995 *OIUEJ, COG v. America's Pastime rips on Genesis 32H sound-wise. You get twice as many tunes all, but the national anthem, are new they couldn't change, that much higher quality digitized, and FM sound effects including higher sampling rates on Jackbuck and the Limp, and tons of realistic sampled sounds that add substance to your game experience. Graphically, the animation is all derived from live video, so if it's much more realistic. You get 3 times the graphics for the Batcher, and Pitcher the Batcher gets 75 frames of animation. Just about all the game has been redrawn, and believe it or not, there's much more. We just don't have enough space. From all the real MLBPA players to the true 1994 stats, this one is all ball game. Check it out. You can master the corners at all 28 ballparks by going on the stadium tour. Bet you couldn't guess that this one's KG. Light just couldn't get any sweeter. Between innings the losing team can Reddit and weep no replacement players. Here ___ if AR 111 UR ___ left s cut to the chase. RBI Baseball 95 for the Genesis 32X from Time Warner Interactive gives you more of what you want, need, and enjoy from a beanball game. On the programming side, you get gameplay that's twice as fast as any previous RBI title. More realistic ball flight trajectories, including holes in the outfield defense that couldn't exist be. 4. Vastly improved computer. The CPU can even steal and prevent base theft. The new infield fly rule, double switches, and the new division structure for both the American and National Leagues. Publisher, Time Warner Interactive Controller. 3 or 6 button players, 1 or 2 versus SJI. DNXZU Inuit Favi. The Home Run Derby helps you discover your true worth. V. For more fun, try the Game Breakers mode, where you find yourself in a situation right from the start to throw an illegal spit bail. Hold down button C, then press button A to lob the gob. Remember, the pitcher is much improved defensively. Steal only in the best of circumstances. Beginners should try the Home Run Derby for batting practice. Create your own dream team and go a full 162 game season. You'll destroy the competition. Q. What state has the offices of the National and American Leagues, the MLB Commissioner's Office, and the Baseball Hall of Fame? 1 Street AND32X score with this season's QB and team attributes. IV_RR ABME K/Fit 83ELL 40 its first and 32X. Upgrade your gridiron action with NFL Quarterback Club *. The first and only way to play football on the 32F, complete with the most up-to-date *K SI, QB and team attributes of any game. The & all new advanced passing gives you 80 yards of wibble field to beat the open man. W. Multi-view perspectives heat up the running game within your face action, and the exclusive iSmooth Cam delivers the most advanced instant replay from virtually any angle. NFL Quarterback Club on 32X. Real football for real players. R5 claim. Mondamorni no quarterbacking. Naturally, you can play in preseason, season, or playoff games, as well as all of the bowls. But to see how you really measure up, take a whack at simulation mode, which plunks you into a real game from the recent past at a pivotal moment. All the conditions are the same, from the game stats to the weather. Can you, as the Dallas Cowboys, rewrite history by foiling Pittsburgh's comeback attempt in the 1976 Super Bowl? Before you even try, take a long hard look at your playbook options. It breaks your choices down into short, medium, and long yardage situations. Assess your QB's strong points, finesse your viewpoint, and get ready to unseat a bowl legend. With all this strategy, realism, and pounding football action, Quarterback Club will knock you to your cleats. 32K Fuels. Vanilla use football _BR high UP gamers have been waiting to see what the power of the 32X's twin RISC processors can do for a full-blown sports title. The wait is over with NFL Quarterback Club, a flat-out block for the Genesis 32X from AKI quarterbacks, with their strengths, weaker playbooks, multiple points of view, and 80 yards of field less than able at all time. Why this one is making tidal waves in the sports world. If you've ever wanted to play in Steve Young's I for more to see IFUBRD, load up NFL Quarterback CI Publisher. Acclaim Entertainment Controller. 3 button players, 1 to 5 with team player. Q. What was the first football game for any Sega system? Steve Young headlines the burly cast at Quarterback Club. Send M scurrying with a fake hype by pressing button B when only a diving ch will do. Press the D-pad in the appropriate direction with button A. Less than / try the nickel defensive play, where a pass is likely for a faster game. Select no huddle. You will call plays from your selected ODPs in from the playbook. Seeing triple. If you think these 3 points of view are cool, wait till you see the instant replay. Options. You can analyze the action from the perspective of the ball, any player, or any point on the field. Matmalwa. In which we apologize to the committee. Wayne Gretzky gives you 26 North American teams and 6 international all-star teams on a side view rink with bunches of modes and solid details. There's stuff like 1-4 player capability, a full 84 game season, none of that 48 game nonsense, battery backup for stats, team edit, arcade simulation, and practice modes, live action video clips, full screen face-offs, and you guessed it, fighting. Sorry, Mr. Bettman. Advanced All keeps track of your play expertise and sets the game accordingly. The gist is a well-owned ice fest brought to you by the biggest name in the twine bulge business. Wayne the Great One Gretzky, the fiery one, is king. Game on. Collect your stick skates and a rubber biscuit and hightail it onto the frozen pond. The game is Wayne Gretzky and the Lupu All-Stars from Time Warner Interactive for your Sega Genesis. Your probably fan guy owns 4 Lord Stanley rings, occupies the no. 1 position hands and skates like a duck. As for Lupu All-Stars, you'll get lots of goals by spending time in Gretzky's favorite assist position behind the net. One-timers work. Use the intimidate feature once per period, and boys gets a little rough. Don't act like that San Jose team. You've got to shoot on goal to score. The more you shoot, the better. Sorry, Kevin. It never hurts to poke check the goalie while he's handling the biscuit. You'll often work it. Loose fighting is a bad thing. That said, you can win a fight by blocking your opponent's punches, landing a few yourself, then grabbing the goon and kneeing him in the noggin a few times. You beat the netminder. Can't find your favorite game or peripheral? It's time for KTMFFJ_R. Fear with power shopping, you're in control. Call Sega today to order these hard-to-find titles and great accessories. We've got hundreds more software titles and peripherals to choose from, so call today for all the information, or just return the coupon below and get the power. Sports 1 228 Boxing's greatest heavyweights, $59.99 $12.21, NBA Action 94 $64.99 $12.25, NFL 94, starring Joe Montana $64.99 1, 222 World Series Baseball, $64.99 Children's Favorites 1055 Disney's Bonkers, 1070 Mickey/Donald World of Illusion 1570 Power Rangers Children's Favorites for Pico 49021 a year, at Pooh Corner 49022 Echo Jr. Ampersand The Great Ocean Treasure Hunt 49026 Magic Crayons / Pico Soft 49024 Mickey's Blast Into the Past 49023 Tails Ampersand The Music Maker / Pico Sales Section 1706 Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine 1658 Menacer, without software 53.9953.9953.99 Strategy CD Peripherals 2325 Poker, Facepulse Poker 1502 CDAC, adapter only $10.99 $59.99 Game Gear, $28.99 4135 CD Backup RAM Card Shooters Genesis Model £1 601 only. 1705 Menisers 6 in iSoftware 100, 39.95 1602 AC adapter, $10.99 4423 Silfeed Segak vertical bar. $54.99 1603 RF switch box, $9.99 1551 Subterranea, $64.99 605 video monitor cable, $9.99 Action/Adventure Genesis Model 1000, £631 only, 4407 Sonic CD Sega CD, 1079 Sonic the Hedgehog $349.99 2103 AC adapter, $14.29 $21.99, $75.99 1632 switch box, 1634 Mono audio video cable, $9.99 Fighting/Arcade 1635 stereo audio video cable. $19.99 1146 Art of Fighting, $64.99 1145 Eternal Champions, $54.99 Genesis Peripherals 1539 Streets of Rage $375.99 1653 6-button control pad $21.99 1627 6-button arcade stick $49.99 role playing games 1650 3-button control pad $16.49 1804 D&D Eternal Sun Hint Book $9.99 1656 Genistick Joystick $9.99 441 1 Jurassic Park Sega CD $64.99 1933 Power Strip $12.99 1352 Shadowrun $64.99 1628 6-button remote arcade system $39.99 1312 Shining Force $64.99 1315 Shining Force $259.99 All products are intended for the use with Sega 1313 Star Trek The Next Generation $64.9 Genesis unless otherwise indicated. Use this form or call 1-800-USA Sega 800-872-7342. Part hash item description quantity address city state zip home phone daytime phone D Visa MasterCard credit card hash exp date Subtotal California residence sales tax postage, ampersand handling $4.50 total enclosed make check or money order payable to Sega of America, Inc. Please allow 2 to 4 weeks for delivery. Return this order to Sega of America, Inc. ATTN. Parts order depth P.O. Box 8097, Redwood City, CA 94063 Sorry, Power Shopping products available in the U.S. Only right bracket. Sega Genesis, Sega CD Menacer, and Sega Game Gear are trademarks All Sega, 1995 Sega. All rights reserved. US.M M6 button controllers. Take the law into your own hands. June 95 Genesis Gamma Gear quality of 1 mij.1q/movie